Yeah, there we go. So I'm back. Yeah, I was gone last Saturday because I was working and hiking up a mountain with my work, what I do, and some lady broke her leg, open fracture, and had to call the ambulance, and the chopper came, and I had to stabilize her leg because it was an open fracture.
Ow! I hate those. I know.
Very comfortable.
Oh my god, those are horrible to look at. I've had to fix a few of those.
Yeah. Then when I was done with her and they carried her away because she freaked out. We had to make sure she kept warm because that's my military training. I learned all that stuff. And then after I had to run down a mile to catch the bus and the last ferry, which was really stressful. So I managed that to go down in 20 minutes, run a mile down a mountain and catch the ferry. So that's what I've been doing.
Real quick, to anyone that was listening to last week's stream, really sorry about how I reacted. It's just like I was telling them earlier. Last shit's been going on. I've been really stressed out with GG and ATL. A lot of IRL shit going on. So I want to apologize for freaking out on everyone last week. I feel really bad about that.
Don't worry, Lisa. The stream didn't get that many views. Don't worry about it. The stream didn't get that many views, and
still, it doesn't matter. I still wanted to apologize.
Well, I apologize too for letting that happen. That people chuckled during that thing. That was my job.
Oh well, we can start with. Let me close a few tabs so it doesn't lag for the people watching.
Also, real quick, if you happen to be in the area, a little bit of a plug. If you happen to be in Atlanta, July 3rd or July 31st, we will be having GT and ATL, and I know at some point I'm going to be asked to come on stage, and I already know how I'm going to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Lisa Deus. I swear to God, if one word out of that fucking sentence comes out of your mouth, this premiere will start with a murder.
All right.
I'm going in prepared for this shit.
All right. So you can see this, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Let's listen to this, and it's a massive trigger warning because the stupidity in this one is very high. So
I gotta get my fucking cam on for this one. Hang on.
So we can't see you because I'm screen sharing. So.
Yeah, but okay.
So just warning, the stupidity is high in this one. So let's start.
Take a shot for every time they say masculinity.
I wish.
Many of our examples of American masculinity in sports, military, law enforcement, the entertainment industry, the men that men look up to. A lot of what they're teaching is domination, aggression. There are these hyper-masculine figures that we try to adhere to.
Wait, did he just imply that it's bad to look up to our own soldiers? Did he seriously just imply that shit?
Are you kidding me? They're always like that. I'm not surprised. SJWs have always been saying, hate the
oh my god! Oh my god, I just saw Nicolas Cage and Dexter.
Yeah.
They're just showing a lot of bro stuff, which is...
yes, Danny Trejo.
Machete. Yeah, because all men want to grow up to be serial killers like Dexter.
I want to grow up to be Machete.
Well, that's understandable.
Well, he did have a in the movie.
I'm look at a lot of the movie clips.
Watching television, sports, movies, 15 hours a week playing video games.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No!
Really, could somebody just you know what this guy? is he even a... I didn't want to say it. I want to say
Yes,
the joke.
because this right here oppresses women. That's why I'm holding it, because it oppresses me.
Yes, it does.
I'm holding my PS3
predominant
PS4
male
controller
archetypes that
playing
we see
Grand
in
Theft
film.
Auto 5.
Do you guys remember this woman? Do you remember?
I'm placing the face, so I can't remember.
The subject and object dichotomy.
Oh! Fuck.
Subjects act, objects are acted upon.
Hey guys, hey, just saying, right here, what you're seeing here, not object. This is an object. This is
And
not.
you know what? It's masculinity and stuff. There's like an upsurge in like women in sports, like UFC as well. You're seeing more and more women doing these so-called masculine things and stuff like that, and they're saying that it's wrong.
I was just watching a whole video about women abusing men, sometimes in incredibly violent ways in America. This whole thing.
Yeah,
the idea that somehow women never violent in any way, shape, or form is just ridiculous.
It's okay if they do
I have
it.
a lot of friends who were actually abused by their girlfriends, so yeah, I've seen this happen. There can be overly dominating women out there that love to pick on these weak guys.
Well, let's go. This kind of off topic. So let's just listen to this.
Yeah.
What these people have to say.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Television and other forms of popular culture are the strong, silent guy who is always in control and is not emotional. And then we have the superhero character, the hero character, engaging in high levels of violence in order to maintain.
And no fashion are these fantasy, and no fashion at all, because Superman is so fucking realistic. And just looking at you Jackman with adamantium blades, that's so fucking realistic. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, yeah, fuck you.
Control in order to achieve whatever goal he has in front of him. We also have the archetype of the thug, and this is predominantly men of color who are pigeonholed into much more violent roles. And then we
Well, that trope is kind of realistic, though.
Well, I'm sorry about American demographics, but I mean, maybe if you sorted out your fucking ghettos and help promote you'll get rid of your fucking massive amounts of poverty, which, yes, it is racial because nobody seems to give a fuck about any solutions. It's just, all right, well, let's pretend this doesn't happen. Well, sorry.
Unless you go down to the food stamp office. Unless you go down to the food stamp office, a black woman is more likely to get food stamps than a white woman is. And
that's just because of like area they live in stuff. Here in Western Montana, there's a lot of people that get food stamps more because you can't get, even if you had money and stuff like that, it's just like a lack of money. Here in Western Montana, that's more the case, and everybody has to.
Well, this is the thing. If you looked at like British films about thugs and stuff, they're all going to be white, which is not surprising because that is the demographics. It's like these are not surprising things if you think about it for more than 1 second.
Yeah.
We have the man-child or the mook, which is the male who's in perpetual adolescence. His body doesn't typically have a lot of muscle, but he tends to project masculinity in other ways through the degradation of women, engaging in high-risk activities.
All they want to do is get laid. And of course, at the end, nobody gets anything because they
Nobody wants to get laid!
Sorry, buddy. Sorry,
Okay,
buddy. The only
I'm
person
sorry,
that never gets laid is you.
Sorry. I'm being, I'm being offensive to asexuals.
Well,
all I have to say is this, Lisa. The only person that's not getting laid is that guy.
That's why he's mad, and that's why he's making that.
There's a whole fucking genre of movies that's all about women trying to find the perfect man, right?
Yeah. It's fantasy. Like, for instance...
What was that? Oh,
Go on.
Go ahead.
Drunk, they take drugs, and there have been a whole rash of these movies recently that are funny. And so you're laughing at what...
Because they're supposed to be funny, for fuck's sake. Oh my god.
Well, they got the hang of it. It's not like you're supposed to look at the role models, they get fucked up. And
Okay,
go on
I'm
crazy
sorry.
adventures.
That man is funny. Just saying.
Yeah.
That voice matches the type of person.
I'm just curious. Do these people in this video even have the concept of fun?
You know,
They don't know what.
Do they even know what fun is?
Hey,
Fun is
SCW,
problematic.
even
As
fun.
Macintosh already said, we are in dire needs of movies and games.
Oh my god, the cat Halo. The cat and the Halo. I'm sorry, that shit's funny.
What the fuck is that?
What could become?
Hangover.
Of course, we know that media images have an effect on people's behavior. If they
No, they. Oh god. Oh god.
This is why I have to thank Desus and thanking your people, because you guys are the ones that came up with the theory that, oh no, the studies that said no, the violence does not happen with movies.
It may, you know what? It may not affect us, but something's affecting your hairline, buddy.
Honestly,
Well,
it's like the only people that have an actual problem differing fantasy and reality seem to be these people.
Pretty much.
And which are the only one who can't differentiate are the insane people, and it seems to be these people because there are study after study show that the games
correlation is negative.
Yeah, it's just I don't. Oh god, let's go.
With no effect, the advertising industry would collapse because the advertising.
Or you could just fucking ignore the adverts. You know, that's possible.
Everybody loves adverts, Archibald. Let's not be silly.
And you know
Everyone
what?
loves
The
adverts.
masculinity characters and stuff, like the shirtless men, that's stuff that women like usually.
Yeah.
And men too. I can't leave out the other kind of men. I can't leave out the gay guys. I can't leave them out.
Advertising industry is based on the idea that media images will have an effect on people's behavior.
The same kind of hypermasculinity that we see in Hollywood movies on television, they're the same kind of hyperviolence that we see in rap music and hip-hop culture. The stereotype of being
they
violent
finally
and
turned on rap. Oh boy.
oversexed. It's all about money, power, and respect. A lot of rappers are imitating what they see as successful masculinity.
And Missy Elliott never did that shit, right? Never.
Little Kim. Little Kim never did.
Iggy Azalea, she doesn't do that. Oh, Eve, and no women
God,
does
this
that
is
shit.
bringing back memories. This is bringing back memories.
Well, who's that woman who sings that Anaconda song?
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Minaj, yeah.
Yeah, she does the same fucking thing.
But it's empowerment when they do it.
Yeah, it's empowering. You know, the feminists cheer on Nicki Minaj and Miley Cyrus were literally acting like, I don't even know the word to describe how they act, but yeah,
that shit insane.
If they want to scream sexism, they could argue about that, but
they don't even touch on a romantic. They seem to on movies just the action genre. How about all the other genres, drama, thrillers?
They like that, therefore it's okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm happy.
That's why I brought up rom-coms, because that's a highly dominated.
I mean,
by
Melissa
female
McCarthy seems to be a well-loved woman when it comes to female comedy, and Kristen Wiig as well. I mean, for fuck's sake! Oh yeah.
Violent video games reinforce the stereotypical structures of what.
Oh, who do we have
Oh,
here?
you know what? Ashley Birch, you dumbass. Just stay out of our industry.
Hey.
Yo, Ash, what you playing? Nothing. I'm sorry, but she's just getting to the point where it's like, this woman, her and her creepy brother.
He does have a point.
Yeah, he does. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna say something that is completely abnormal from what I usually say. You guys know I don't normally take low blows like this and whatnot, but I just can't help it. Incest is wincest. Am I right, Ashley?
Oh, burn.
I think in their case it really backfired.
Sorry. No, I'm not. Sorry, I had to get a little crack shot in there.
The typical game character tend to be white males with, it gets this specific brunette.
RPGs. There, I debunked you. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, because Aurelia from League of Legends doesn't exist. Neither does Misfortune. Neither does Jinx. Neither does Vi. Need I go on?
Lara Croft.
Lara Croft, yes. Or any of the females that you can create in any of the Fallout games.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I just have to say RPGs.
Samus Aran.
Samus.
Lightning. Yeah, we fucking debunked them. They can shut the fuck up.
Hair, 5 o'clock shadow. When an emotion sneaks in for a male character, by and large, it is anger.
Kratos.
And any sort of grief is very, very underplayed and never actually discussed or processed.
Okay, I'm sorry. If God killed my entire family, or tricked me into killing my entire family, as far as Kratos goes, yeah, you're damn right I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
You know what? I'd be searching for Pandora's Box 2 wanted to kill Ares, so yeah, I would agree.
And well, that's the thing. Duke is pretty much a parody of all this. He's completely over the top for a fucking reason.
Kratos is awesome.
Yeah, he's also pretty over the top, but I mean, you've got to
Same with Duke Nukem. Same with Duke Nukem.
Is completely a joke.
And Duke
he's a fucking parody, for fuck's sake.
Is the only thing I
Serious Sam.
When you throw a pile of shit in the video game at people, you know that's a parody game.
You know, these are the people, these are the heads, and the point goes over their heads. That's what's happening.
Humor does not exist for these people. Everything must be taken at face value.
The only thing I can really say I regret about anything having to do with the name Nukem is that was my last name when I was married, and no, I'm not making that up.
Jesus Christ, that's unfortunate.
I would pay you for that name.
No, okay, no. My ex-husband, no.
You don't what I've heard, don't.
No.
I wouldn't.
Well, let's continue.
Up to this character, and what they end up idolizing is someone who cannot express themselves emotionally, cannot be honest or open with anyone around them.
When you play video games and you see the same kind of setup, it loses its impact on you because you habituate to the same.
Prison test guy. That's the guy that locked a bunch of guys in prison in his prison at his college.
Oh God, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
The prison studies guy, the Stanford prison studies douchebag.
To anyone who might not know what we're referring to, I think it was in either the 70s or 80s. I want to say 70s.
It was the 1970s in Stanford. Yes. I know the story really well. In Stanford, at Stanford, you know, we all know who Stanford is. At Stanford, this professor, he wanted to do a study on abuse in the prison system from prison guards. So he had a bunch of students that took part of this research. Some of them, he literally took up an entire floor in a building, and he turned them into cells, turned these like small rooms into cells. And he had half the students play guards, the other half play prisoners, and he decided to play the warden. And the study was getting so intense that the guards just being the prisoners like shit. And he got so engrossed into it, he thought he was a warden. They were his prisoners.
Yeah, he was so into the study.
And the kids were psychologically scarred from it.
Yeah, here's the thing. It says something when you're heading this entire thing, and you don't realize what you're doing is hurting people until one of your colleagues points it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some ethics violations going on there, I'm sure.
I mean,
not only that, we did talk about this. I mean, the fact he's coming up here again because obviously there was other stream, like I say, he was on Radio 4, and we discussed that one as well, where he was basically saying the same sort of thing.
Basically, I mean, I remember seeing a documentary about the experiment, and they talked to a bunch of the people that were the prisoners. Some of them are still in therapy for it. Some of them still have bad PTSD from the whole thing. It was supposed to last. Keep in mind, I think it ended after 6 to 7 days.
Yes,
it was supposed
to last 2 weeks.
Yeah. It took that short amount of time for him to break people mentally. He's more of a danger to us than video games are.
Yep.
He's halfway to Dexter.
Yeah, basically. He just had the people do all the beating up for him. Which is somehow worse. Especially since basically they were pretty much kids.
This guy, yeah, he's a danger to society in my opinion. He's really dangerous.
Agreed.
His colleagues aren't much better.
Anyways.
Well, just listening to what they have to say, so yeah.
The video game companies know this, and they are giving you endless variety, a new category, a new...
You know, there are non-violent games, just you motherfuckers.
challenge.
I thought they wanted variety in gaming.
They are creating this arousal addiction.
Arousal addiction. Okay, fuck you.
Boys' brains are being digitally
You
rewired.
just got one when you're doing
Boys. Only boys, of course.
Microsecond.
Because it's okay when girls does do it.
Where is this fucking study? Where?
Did he just say arousal addiction? Did he really just fucking say that?
Yes, he did. Oh
I
my
would
god,
like to
yes.
see. I would like to see where they fucking get these numbers, because it sure ain't here.
Straight from their own asses. That's
Remember when they had all this hype about violent games back in the Jack Thompson area? They made the same skewed studies about that.
Hell, they were talking about this shit when the ZX Spectrum was out, and he certainly did not have graphics anywhere like this.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Ty rambles about some weird shit in his sleep, and half the time he makes more sense than this, and he's talking about using a turning a giant banana peel into a Honda. He makes more sense than this.
I'm just. I don't even. What the fuck?
The ones that are most addictive are the most violent, where your job
Cite the fucking study. Please, cite just evidence of anything, please.
is to destroy the enemy, to dominate.
If you don't have social connection and you don't have a lot of friends, or you have a...
Bullshit! Bullshit!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, here's the thing. I've met more people through gaming, through online gaming, than I have IRL, okay?
Yeah, same here. I met more people through YouTube and stuff like that, and gaming in general, than IRL as well. There's like
I think it's for everyone like that, or for most people, unless you're famous or something.
Well, the logical reason, of course, is because these days, the internet being what it is, obviously it's much easier to find all kinds of people who share your interests, which is not necessarily going to be the case in meat space.
I could get on Destiny right now and put together a team of 2 or 3 other people to go run some raids in. And
yeah, I'm on.
Yeah, I mean, and just hang out and shoot the shit while we're doing a mission. That's not social?
Not to that dumbass, it ain't. And then look at Ashley Birch. Oh man, that woman was screwed up.
You don't have to worry
by
about saving the galaxy.
If your kid sits in front of a screen for 4 hours a day and shoots and kills in a repetitive, violent way hundreds of people, there's a good chance that kid is going to be impacted by that.
Cite the fucking
I'm impacted by your goddamn hair.
Okay. 99% of boys play game video. Okay. Where the fuck do you get this? Seriously.
Out of their own asses. I mean, they literally have a prostate doctor like put his hands right in and pull it out.
No. I couldn't think of a single prostate doctor who would want to go anywhere near their asses. They would rather get together with Goatsy and examine him.
Oh god! I just you have to notice. You notice the weasel words that he's using. They're playing for 4 hours a day, and it could affect them. It's not. It is going to affect them. It's just it could. It's unspecified. And the effect is left up to the amount. Well, obviously they're pushing the idea. The effect is going to be all right. We're going to get a Columbine or something like that because they play games. Blah blah blah. 99% of boys play video games. Let's say that at face value. That's basically everyone, right? So as soon as any male does any violent acts, you go, oh well, that was obviously because of video games. It's like 99% of them played them. It's like that's basically all the population, right? So unless you're going to say, well, I mean, I imagine it's probably a similar percentage for films, movies, and music, right? I mean, this is just a general thing. People, pretty much, and down to the stats of women.
100% of people watch movies at some point.
I can actually say there were guys in my class when I was in high school who didn't play games.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
this fact here that they cite is completely wrong because 99% that is completely unrealistic.
Yeah.
Those 99% are from JC, and the last percent is a bitch ain't one.
Hey, Obelisk. Just real quick, how many out of that number? How many do you think it's guys that got into video games because of their girlfriends? I know it's not exactly rare, it's not exactly common, but it isn't unheard of. I'm the one that got tied into video games. I know quite a few guys who say, "Yeah, I got into video games to play a few rounds with my girlfriend."
Yeah, it's possible.
I'm just what because I mean, it's the thing when I say play video games. I mean, I would have thought pretty much for every type of media, even if you like I mean, he's accounting somebody who like went around a friend's house, played a Wii, and go, "Oh, it's not really for me," and then stopped. Is that like? I assume they're talking about people who play regularly.
If it's like a loaded question, let's say, do you play either video games, watch movies, listen to music, or watch TV? People voted yes. Oh my God, 99% of boys play video games.
You're gonna find very few people who don't do any of those
That's
things.
exactly the same way they made this whole 1 in 5 women gets raped on campus thing.
Oh, jeez.
Have you ever felt uncomfortable? Have you ever felt hit on without being consenting to, etc., etc., etc.? If you say yes to one of them, you are actually being raped.
I can say yes to one of those.
He called me pretty. I'm crying. He raped me because he called me pretty.
Oh yeah, that's the same as you know what? We have mattress girl's name for that one. So
fuck that.
Fuck me in the butt. I didn't ask for it.
I love you for that, dude. Just saying. Anyway,
it literally happened. She literally asked that.
Bull fucking shit.
And oh dear God.
Have you seen the private messages that the accused one has published? She actually told him to fuck her in the ass.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Well, that's the parents' fault then.
Yeah, okay, I will say that is the only one I might actually believe.
Did you hear that? The army trains people with violence through video games. That's fucking bullshit.
Actually,
I think they don't understand the difference between a simulator and a game.
They make it seem more like a video game, so that one actually does have just the tiniest little smidgen of truth in it, but that's
not when I was in the army. I was actually in the army.
Military. No, where I'm talking U.S. military.
Well, the only thing I think you could possibly
simulator and game.
Well, the only thing you could possibly get out would be strategy, right? It wouldn't be
about. Well, you can't transfer the skills. You can't transfer the skills from a game to real life. It's just.
No, let me tell you guys something.
They also train pilots with video game simulators.
Yeah, they're called flight simulators, not actual video games. But there's one thing I have to say right here. I'm from Montana. I've been around guns my whole life and stuff like that, so I can truthfully say this. Shooting a gun in a video game is way different. I mean, way different than firing it in real life. There is a huge
recoil shit like that.
Oh yeah, and you have to take so many precautions. Like in a video game, you can literally stick the barrel in the dirt and shoot it. No, it was self-respecting gun owner in their life, whatever, stick the barrel in the dirt or in the water, or jump out of the water with the gun. Your gun could literally, the barrel could burst.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I'm never going to try rocket jumping just because I do it in Unreal Tournament either. I feel that would be a bad idea.
No, Penn and Teller's bullshit, if you guys remember that show. They actually had an episode all about that, and they took this 19-year-old kid, I can't remember how old he was, who enjoyed first-person shooters, and they let him actually fire a gun. Of course, you know, they had first aid all over the place. He was well-supervised, and he had someone who was trained showing him how to do it. He took one shot and started crying and said, "I want to go home."
Oh, God. Well, that's
my heart went out to that
reality. Kid. I mean, that's the entire point of this. It's like if you're gonna, I mean, it's like violent movies. It's like no, you can't. Well, I don't know if anyone else has seen Hot Fuzz, but there's a great line where it says you couldn't enact this amount of mayhem without a serious amount of paperwork.
That's true.
Yeah, well, they do paperwork after they're done, and then it blows up again, which is hilarious. But let's move on.
Some of the experiences. Well, put your 10 or 11 or 12-year-old son in that context. But they're not going into Iraq or Afghanistan. And if they happen to live in a more dangerous neighborhood or a neighborhood where they're exposed to violence more routinely than they might be in some fancy part of town, then that's going to be a bigger issue.
First off, my gaydar, looking at that man, my gaydar is going off the fucking chain right now. It's just like... the other thing is, his hair triggered me, guys. His hair just triggered me. It looked like a wave that got drunk and tried to crash in on itself and drowned a shark in the meantime. I know that sounds absolutely batshit crazy, but so is his hair.
Abstract art.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on this?
I think I can honestly say as a woman, I've probably fucked more girls than all the guys in that video put together.
Oh, oh man, that is hard.
I don't think that is hard.
I know it's probably is true, but I mean, I think the studies guy is even married. I think he got married, the one that did the Stanford studies. I think he's married, and yeah, that would even be funnier.
Someone was crazy.
Yeah.
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Yep.
Yeah,
yep,
that was the accurate reaction to this video.
Well, let me then load up the next topic. Just gotta mark it.
Oh, please don't torture us anymore.
Alright, next topic is Neogaf. Let me, I don't want to screen share again, so I'm just going to read it out. You got the link, and for those watching, the link is in the description. Basically, gay marriage seems to be more important than Iwata's passing. So here's the owner and founder, or the founder at least, for Neogaf talking. Hi there, let's set aside diplomacy for a moment and have a little bit of real talk. Fuck your expectations and demands. This is a private website. A special gesture was made in solidarity with hundreds of sites across the internet in celebration of the historic passing of marriage equality in the United States. It was intended to be kept through July and will in fact be kept through July as planned. Iwata's death is not more or less important than this. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. You do not get to demand logo changes, and the hundreds of hostile, childish, entitled posts doing so in the thread about Iwata's passing don't do the people in question any favors or make a logo change any more likely. Rather, these posts mostly serve to disgust me and disrespect Iwata's memory. Jesus Christ. And associate a logo change with ascending to the demands of assholes. Seeding. Okay. I did in fact ask my art team to create a Iwata memorial logo immediately upon hearing trending news, since the idea resonated with me and we are all deeply saddened by his passing. A proper memorial logo was created shortly thereafter. It will not be used. Have a wonderful day.
That was pointless then. I thought of one solution that obviously came to mind. Why don't you just slap a rainbow over that icon? You're done.
Look, Pedogaf.
He has to hire professional artists to do that, to apply a rainbow filter.
Look,
yeah.
Pedogaf. Look.
Oh.
No, I'm not even joking with that one. I've seen some posts that maybe seriously want to hurt someone. Look, Pedogaf. No one takes you seriously anymore.
You know what? Neogaf
is a contributing factor
of the gaming media. Neogaf is definitely the TMZ of it.
I mean, look, yes, gay marriage being legalized in all 50 states is awesome, and I'm LGBT myself, so I'm not going to sit here and say that's not important. It is. It's a big step. But at the same time, right now it seems to me like you're just using Iwata Sensei's, which is, yes, that is what I call him, death just to kind of use it as a way to piss people off. I was talking about this before the stream started. There was someone who was shopping, who was sending around this shocked tweet from Polygon, who said, you know, rest in peace, but it had a picture of Shigeru Miyamoto on it. And of course, GamerGate, being the awesome people we are, actually called it out. Next thing I know, I'm being sent to Gamergazi. They were offended by that shit too, and I actually had a nice little chat with one of the admins, and she was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm with you on this one, this is bullshit. Neogaf, you are doing shit that your own side thinks you're disgusting for.
They're joining the Gawker in the downfall.
You know what, I was actually thinking of a Gawker joke. I would like to give a little something, since, you know, Gawker is obviously going down the shitter.
Hulkamania's gonna run wild.
They got too sure of themselves.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to point, laugh, and ridicule the piece of shit, poor excuse for journalism site that is Gawker. When even some of the top people in the journalistic ethics board are calling you shit on Twitter for all the world to see, you done fucked up. You done goofed.
Have you seen Movie Bob ranting about that?
You know what? I seriously just want to punch a wall every single time I watch one of his videos, so no, I'd rather not have my knuckles broken.
No, it was just tweets. He pretty much said that thanks to Gamergate, you're not allowed to bash Gawker anymore. Or Kotaku.
These people have a serious problem with compartmentalizing ideas.
Well, this is coming. Yeah, this is coming from the guy who said that wanting a reward for hard work is a right-wing ideal.
Yeah. Well,
you know what?
Yeah.
Do we have anything on the topic of Neogaf before we move on?
They're going the way of Gawker, and they will not be missed. They can go and fuck themselves.
Yeah, I've hated Neogaf for so many years because all the clickbaity bullshit, just like Kotaku and Polygon. Fuck all of them. That's what I have to say.
The only wishes I have for them is that everyone on that board that has either admitted to being a pedo or supports pedos, and yes, that goes for Evilor as well. I hope you all rot in hell if it exists. I hope you get arrested. I hope you guys take Bubba's foot long.
Oh, God.
All I have to say is this right here. There's been a lot of stings lately, child pornography stings lately.
Yeah,
so you know what? In my hometown, it just happened in my hometown, Superior, Montana. So yeah, there have been like a lot of stings lately. So to all those people out there, every one of you that have done bullshit like that, enjoy that knock on the door and that police raid that's gonna break through pretty soon.
Well, let's.
Sorry.
Okay.
Let's move on to the next topic. Deus Ex, do you wanna read from below the first picture, the big?
Okay, picture? Very well. Blue Estate's prologue sets a snarky tone straight off, with hyper-nerd cliché, they didn't use the proper accent, and private investigator Roy Devine Jr. telling the story of the exotic cherry pops, who were told there's a deep, aching void that only a good private dick can fill.
Holy shit.
Oh my god! The fact that they posted that on GameSpot! Oh, Jesus Christ!
That's funny. Oh, it's a
no,
also
but,
a stinky
void. Just wait. He's just describing the game, but just listen how GameSpot are prudes. And everyone listening to this, they can click on the link and actually follow us reading it. I don't want to screen share. So continue.
Oh, it's also a stinky void, as if we weren't learning enough about the slinky stripper. Roy's nasal narration provides Blue Estate's main framing device and is accompanied by fantastic artwork. One early scene portrays Cherry in a silhouette grinding against her pole beneath a single bright spotlight. In the foreground are disembodied images of all manner of firearms, and a single plate of spaghetti and meatballs. It's a powerful and suggestive image, and it's too good for the game and story it's a part of.
Wait, did he? What? Spaghetti as a suggestion? What?
I don't know.
Oh my!
Literally spilling spaghetti is not better than what they expect.
That's what came to mind, unfortunately.
Where are those painkillers? Where are those painkillers? It's just giving me a headache.
Right, next paragraph. You wouldn't expect the mobster you play to be classy, no shit. But the dialogue is aggressively mean-spirited from the moment you enter the strip club that plays home to your shootouts. To the Asian trio that greets you, "Are your ears crooked too?" whilst shooting the club's endless guardians, it's like they built mooks into the walls. And then you meet Cherry Pop's replacement, Pops, that ends with a Z, by the way, so your apostrophe should have an S following it. Bertha Kowalski, whose voluptuous figure provides Blue Estate endless fat jokes. I guess the sequel is going to be The Big Mermaid, says player character Tony, referring to Bertha's mermaid costume and the giant aquarium she sits upon.
Wow.
Continue. It's not that long, so.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling past the because there's quotes in the thing and they do that. So
yeah, just skip that one.
Yeah. Once she loses her balance and falls into the massive tank because fat women are funny. I mean, well, Martin Lawrence did all right out of that, and fucking Eddie Murphy attempted to do that with Norbit and shit. So Tony goes out of his way to let her flounder within. When he takes mercy on her and shoots her out of her predicament, she tries to flop to safety, still clad in her mermaid attire. Well, how would she not be? Which allows Tony to make more jokes at her expense. These cynical displays of non-humour are what I will remember Blue Estate for, as opposed to its bog standard on the rails action. Okay, you don't like it, fine. The action isn't awful, it's just so very expected. As the game leads you through its opulent hallways, the camera shifts and enemies rush in for the sole purpose of taking your bullets. Yeah, what it's a game, what are you fucking expecting? Well, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a treatise on gender politics. I don't think so. Great weapon audio gives you your shots a sense of power. And henchmen fly backwards in a rewarding manner when you unload your shotgun into them. Well, that is problematic. You're enjoying the violence there. But one of the delights of a rail shooter is its showpiece moments, and Blue Estate Prologue is lacking in this regard. There are a couple of nifty sequences, such as an upside-down shootout. The developer he saw doesn't take the opportunity to cast spectacular displays of ultra-violence or heart-pounding boss battles. Instead, the Prologue's main boss fight is a tedious slog that involves repeating the same stretch of gameplay until you initiate your opponent's numerous deathbed soliloquies. The string of last gaps provide one of Blue Estate Prologue's only true moments of wit. Otherwise, this 1 hour prelude thinks as little of you as does its characters. In this case, the dumpy, bespectacled Roy is one of the stand-in for the players, oh my god, who install the game to their hard drives. And Cherry is the piece of meat the Roys of the world lust after. Now, let that run-on sentence just filter into your brains there. I mean, obviously, as you can see, I'm fully bespectacled, with non-corrective lenses. Well, actually, no, I've got they're invisible glasses. You can't see them, but they're definitely there. As he opens the door,
like the PBS guy.
Indeed. That is the irony. The hipster calling out someone wearing glasses. Yeah.
Neckbeard D right here.
As he opens the door on a counterfeiting operation presided over by lingerie-clad labourers, Tony even says, "Mother of God, this is like an actual dream I have repeatedly had." Blue Estate doesn't subvert these tropes or parody them. Instead, it just how can that not be a parody? What he's talking about, right? Anyway, instead it just smears the screen with racism and sexism. Where's the racism? They didn't talk about that at all. Hoping against hope that you think hating Asians and women is hysterical. It isn't. I don't know where the fuck did any of that come from.
It's a 3 out of 10. The game itself isn't bad. He's just very, very offended.
The bad. Okay, the bad. To be offended. Okay. So the bad. There's the odious humor, odious characters, unoriginal rail shooting with too few showpieces. So there you go. The good, lovely still images, potent weapons.
The fact that he uses the word nifty. It's kind of what made me cock my head. I'm like, nobody uses that word anymore.
Hipsters do.
Okay, fair enough.
I like nifty. Nifty's a good. It's a nifty word.
Fuck
This
you.
is the same guy who bitched about the in the Arkham Knight. Now you can have your reservations about the Arkham Knight, but he didn't tell anything else about the game. He just bitched in his whole review about how bad the Batmobile was, and he's just become so incredibly unprofessional. Yeah, and unprofessional. And he reviewed what we did a stream earlier as well. That he reviewed Arrow's Awakening, and I found out he did not finish the game. And he reviewed it.
Oh look, journalism.
Kevin, if you ever hear this, I have a little bit of advice for
you. He blocked me when I called him out on his Anita Sarkeesian video because he's in that as well. 25 benefits or invisible benefits video.
The being white whilst gaming or something along those lines.
Yeah, some shit like
white
that.
male. Only white male get privilege.
Real quick, I just want to say this to Kevin, just a little bit of advice. Here's what I really think you need to do. Get some tampons, drink some cranberry juice, and call your gynecologist because I think you're starting to menstruate again.
Good.
He never stopped.
Oh God, Ava Bridge.
Bleed out, I think.
I'm constantly menstruating!
Jeez.
Sorry,
Next
Greg,
topic,
I had to
then.
get that shit from you.
Yeah, any last words on this? It's pretty much just pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next. Let me link it. Everyone watching, it's in the description, so you can always follow what we're reading. Let's see. Loading for me. Here, you have a very good overview of the last 11 months, and not just the first article. These have come since. These are all the articles going against gamers. Let's see. We have the games industry is wrong about kids, gaming, and gender from Polygon. Sorry, GamerGate. Even teenage boys are sick of sexist video. Raw story. Everything you know about boys and video games is wrong by Time. A survey shows boys think women are underrepresented in video games and gadgets. Survey shows even teenage boys think women are over-sexualized in video games. The Mary Sue, of course. Teenage boys
nowhere.
Teenage boys want less sex in games. From Wired.
Of course, yeah. I'm very convinced by that one.
Teenage boys, they are the horniest motherfuckers. I mean,
it's like I said before. If you really, it's like with Ghost in the Shell. If you want someone to actually pay attention to your work, all you got to do is slap a pair of tits and a gun on it, and you're good.
I have to say, the main point of me playing Duke Nukem was not for the women in alien cocoons or the strippers. It was the fun of shooting the Devastator with 1,000,000 fucking rockets going around.
Did you just call Duke Nukem Forever fun?
No, the original Duke Nukem.
Oh, okay. I was about to go, man.
Well, that was when I was a teenage. You got to remember, I'm an old bastard. So that was what was it? Duke Nukem. I would have played that about 15, I think. Is that right?
Alright, well, we have more articles just to get an overview. We want more female heroes and less sex objects, say teenage boys.
Fewer.
Even, yeah, sorry, teenage boys.
I'm correcting them. I'm correcting Destructoid. It should be fewer sex objects.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm being a grammar Nazi tonight.
Yeah, I for some reason overlooked it. I'm usually the one that points that shit out. Even teenage boys are sick of sexist video games, survey finds.
Those are all the same fucking story.
No collusion, nowhere.
Boys fed up with sexism in video games, survey, Toronto Star. Most What's teen boys? Isn't it teenage boys? Anyways, most teen boys want more strong female characters in video games. Study Fast Company. Even teen boys want video games to stop sexualizing women. Yes, really, MTV. Young people are all for equality in games. Beta News. What Jesus Christ! What teenage boys think about sexism video games gives us hope for the future generation. Oh my god.
Paying the neighborhood guy $50 to come and lie on your little survey, that doesn't count. Just letting you guys know.
I'm just gonna finish them. Study shows boys want better female representation in video games too. Tech Times. What do boys think of over-sexualized women in video games? The Inquisitor. Boys fed up with sexism in video games. Gulf Mercury. So there's a surprising way young boys feel about women in video games by ATTN.
Yeah, they want to see them in video games, but not the way you guys want to think of them. Oh, these people, they're just running their mouths, opening their asses, and seeing what comes out. It's like...
Yeah.
These people are stupid. They shouldn't. We shouldn't take them seriously anymore. Nobody should take these dumbasses seriously anymore.
That's why we're laughing at them.
I know, but I'm just saying. Just everybody else that's looking at this like, oh my god, video games are sexist.
And if you click at the first link on that Reddit, it goes to an archive highlighting. We have never claimed that this is a rigorous academic survey.
Then why are you presenting it as such?
It's all based on bullshit, in other words.
Yes, and all these outlets have reported on this as fact.
Well, that's how the lie becomes truth. You repeat it enough times to paraphrase someone. But I mean, yeah, I mean, so what does this come down to? So if you say, right, well, we want to stop sexualizing women in video games, we can stop in movies, blah, 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 and then you get 40-year-old women going, I don't understand why men don't want to date me. And it's like, well, you get what you asked for, right?
Yeah. And this is a pretty decent dig from, let's see, I'm going Logan Mack. Pretty decent dig and research. So it shows they still can do basic research or journalism. And the survey here, the survey was a public survey monkey link that circulated around feminist Facebook and Tumblr pages. Both researchers, Wiseman and Ashley Birch, were also feminists, encouraged people to participate in their public Twitter and Facebook profiles too.
I was really hoping I wouldn't have to hear Ashley Birch's name again for at least another week.
You know what? All I have to say is this: Yo, Ash, what you playing? Like, apparently nothing anymore. Or maybe I'm not gonna say it. I just don't want to say it, but I can't.
Yeah, it's really discouraging that these they don't even know how to do their fucking job.
Well,
and this is why GamerGate exists.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? We're the next. People are gonna lose faith in them, so it's gonna be like, you know what? We don't want to listen to those guys. Why don't we just listen to these GamerGate guys? We're gonna be the next.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Listen to me. I have a feeling that a lot of the gamers are gonna be fed up with Kotaku. They're gonna be fed up with GameSpot. They're gonna be fed up with Polygon. They're gonna be. They're actually fed up with Kotaku.
GameSpot hasn't been that. I'm an active user there, and I've been trying to at least make the forums at least somewhat clean. Even though I'm not a mod or have any problem. At least try to make them at least follow their own rules. That's even though I work or I write for Ship2Block20s and want to make clear I don't have any power at all in GameSpot. I just post there. That's all.
Okay.
And the forums after I call them out for breaking their own terms of use. They've been pretty good. So I can't speak about their articles, but their forums have at least been good.
Yeah. You know what? I stopped listening to GameSpot after Carolyn Petret's review of Grand Theft Auto 5. That's what literally pissed me off. It started with Kanan Lynch, the bullshit with them, but you know what? They made one mistake. Maybe they won't do it again.
I
and then
probably
Carolyn
have to...
opened her mouth, and it's like, I freaking had enough of these jackasses.
Yeah, I did
time again, and like I've given Adam Sessler so many chances, but after his recommendation had gone home, it's like, fuck you, I'm not going to listen to any more of your stuff.
Yeah, I could probably do that one next time, because that's an interesting review, which he did. But that's for next time. So let's move on to the next topic, which is KIA officially not a harassment sub. Huzzah! Here, someone asked, are places like r/Kotaku in Action on the verge of being banned? This was because of subreddits being banned. Of verge of being banned or not, how can they avoid that fate? I don't believe so. If they're not breaking harassment policy, then they shouldn't be. Speaking of Kotaku in Action, why are they disallowed from organizing email campaigns of corporations? Famously being told that posting a PR person's company contact info at a Volkswagen is not allowed, and what rule does this violate? I think that's kind of off topic, but yeah, basically, Kotaku in Action is not a harassment.
But wait, wasn't KI personally responsible for getting Ellen Powell fired from Reddit? So I understand.
All 300 of us with our thousands and thousands of sock puppets, man. I haven't slept in like 4 weeks.
That's the power of white males and our patriarchy.
Man, you guys, I haven't slept in so long because I mean I have like 50 of those fuckers. I need to keep up with.
I've been clicking all day long. I don't have a life at all. I'm just clicking and reposting, copy pasting everywhere. So. I even have bots.
I can't even use the bathroom. I got a few jars over in the corner.
Yeah.
That's how dedicated I am to keeping this whole persona thing going.
You're all fucking scrubs. You should have written a script like a programmer like me.
I don't even bother with the jars. I just have diapers.
Okay, all joking aside, that's kind of gross, dude.
It's funny.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it
is. Well, you started it, so don't start something you can't finish.
So, okay, fair enough.
That's what she said. So, I think we pretty much. I think it's just good that they're admitting KA isn't an actual harassment sub. And Alan Poe being gone there as well is. Well, it doesn't just.
The witch is gone. The witch is.
We shouldn't celebrate because she wasn't the only problem. There are mods and other people who have been doing shit as well. So she wasn't the only one. She wasn't the big
figurehead of them all is gone.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's when you've got a culture that's broken, it's like it's not just one person. It's that simple, really. It's just it's a symbol of how. I mean, CEOs rarely ever get fired. They get always generally the way it works. You get to that level in a corporation. Generally, it's a case of, well, we're going to ask you to leave so you can take the honourable way out and say, well, I'm going to spend more time with my family or some bullshit like that, right? So you have to fuck up pretty bad for your. Well, I don't know how Reddit is organised, but I assume they have what do they call it? A chair. I've got the fucking name now. You have fucking board of
chairman of the board.
Yeah, you have your board, and that's like the people like separate
CFO,
from
CEO.
No, well, I'm thinking what separate board, like a board of directors. So, but it's a separate structure to the general hierarchy. And they're supposed to be the oversight and like checking if they're doing the job for the shareholders and all this shit. But yeah, so you have to fuck up pretty badly. pretty much to actually be forced, unceremoniously forced out, and not be given the opportunity to basically step down.
Yeah. So the next topic, kind of old though, but it's been a few weeks since I've done it. It's kind of close to home because this person is talking about something. I don't know if it's a he or a J. What the fuck is that supposed to be a name? I don't know if it's a he or a she. Basically.
Kendra McHale.
Huh?
I'm seeing Kendra McHale as the person who wrote it here.
Okay.
No,
It
no,
says.
He says I was recently
EJ Sporel on the top.
Okay.
Yeah,
never mind. Never mind. Yeah, that's okay. Never mind. So basically, I can just read it and rip the shit out of her. First editor's note. It's about Gigi in Victoria, by the way. So. I was recently contacted by Hotel Kendra McHale, the former organizer of the Victoria GamerGate meetup and co-organizer of the Vancouver meetup, who last week dropped out of the running as organizer. She wanted an opportunity to explain what happened in her own words. And so, keeping with the policy of this site, I have offered her the opportunity. The following is an email I received from her verbatim with her permission to post in its entirety. Alright, I wasn't given any direction, and as Age left the content of this post up to me, I like to start explaining why I decided not to attend the GG in BC. I'm Kendra McHale. Does anybody even know who the fuck this person is?
A few people did, but she quit her job pretty fast.
Okay. I'm Kendra McHale, the former organizer of GG in Vic, basically Victoria, and the former co-organizer of GG in BC. I'm doing this post to explain my action and statements during the last couple of weeks. For those who don't know, GG in BC has a Skype group. Oh my god. Woo! Skype group where where the organizers and about 30 attendees talked about the event and whatever else we wanted to talk about. I can probably screen share this since I'm the one talking. There we go. Where was I? Talked about the event, whatever else we wanted to talk about. The ones that are important to the story are myself, called Hotel in the group, Alison T-Man, called Typhon, and Nick Reading, called Eric. And in addition to the group chat, I held conversations with both of them in private. Okay. What happened the day I decided not to attend? I asked Alison if I could get a guarantee that I would not be recorded or have my picture taken at the event. Okay, why? Why the fuck would you concern yourself with a picture? Anyways, my concern was that I would be seen associating with such controversial figures as Karen Strahan and Alison. The group took offense to this, and I left without saying anything else. I sent a message to another member explaining why I left, but I'm assuming he never passed it on. So the question I hope to answer with this post is why I suddenly had an issue with associating with these people, which actually goes back to a few weeks. Oh, very bad at explaining, I have to say. And maybe even a few months if I think about it. I joined GamerGate in October. At this time, I followed 2,000 people, and it's staying around that until January, when I deleted my Twitter and I only followed about 5 people. Okay. This is because I saw GamerGate change in a way that I didn't like. The change started around Christmas, but there were hints of what was to come. Even when I first joined, GG before Christmas was about ethics, and it was changing games journalism. The goal might have changed. The goal might have been idiotic. Why would you say that if you're?
No, it's the. I mean, you just it's like, okay, well, yeah, everything's going journalism. I think I'll join up, even though this is completely idiotic. I think I'll still get involved with this.
Okay, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's why I think that she's just trying to start shit, I think.
It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to tie to the narrative.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I liked the movement at the time. Okay, I like the movement.
It was
What
an idiotic
changes?
movement that I liked, which makes me an idiot.
Yeah,
Thank you for confirming your idiot status there.
Yeah. What changed is that the movement was taken over by the anti-SJW ideology, and everyone forgot why they were in GG. Everyone sort of decided that this non-existent group, what they call they fucking exist.
They proudly label themselves social justice warriors.
I've seen so many people I've seen a lot of SJWs actually use that phrase with pride.
They don't exist though.
Okay, well, they called SJWs was a real problem with the games industry, and not just gaming. People thought it was society at large that had adopted this imaginary ideology. The so-called SJW.
Imaginary.
The so-called SJW is anyone who advocates for social justice, as the name would apply, but nobody actually. Oh my god, okay. This strange fear of social justice, feminism, and multiculturalism is similar, if not identical, to the ideology fueled by the Polytechnic shooting and the Oslo. You know what? Fuck you. That has nothing to do with each other. You fucking
for anyone who's still unclear on this point, it's not being against justice or multiculturalism or any shit like that. It's against this bullshit version of it, which is presented, right? Which is more about middle class hipsters and very wealthy well-to-dos who clearly have nothing better to do, talking about conspiracy theories like patriarchy theory and all this bollocks, and it's like people are sick of this nonsense, not because they want to be
but
racist,
it doesn't exist,
sexist,
though.
all this shit. That's the presentation. It's like, well, obviously I'm tired of this bullshit, not because it is bullshit, but because I want to oppress the black man and I want to beat women and all this kind of bullshit.
Yes,
That's people are pissed
and the reason I've taken up, because Anders Behring Breivik has nothing to do with the left. He's actually far right. He's and also a terrorist. Why the fuck would you even mention this shit? It has nothing to do with each other. It's so fucking out there that you.
They try to make a connection so they can play guilt by association.
Pretty much. I think she vomited up a part of her brain along with the red pill.
Yeah.
Entirely her brain. There was no red pill in her in the first moment.
That's the point here. This is all very suspect, and I have seen other things discussing this, and pretty much, yeah, I have to come to the same conclusion. This is incredibly suspect what is being presented here.
Yeah, this ideology stemmed from the Frankfurt School of Conspiracy. Okay, whatever. The theory is essentially blaming political correctness for society's problem. That's not
because
why
the Frankfurt School never existed.
You fucking idiot. The Anders Behring Breivik didn't bomb because of political correctness. You fucking idiot.
Wow.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And the point about political correctness is not so much whether you're being nice to people, it's being used as a tool to bludgeon people and shame them and say you're nasty, you're an unperson, this kind of totalitarian shit, which a lot of people, strangely enough...
You committed wrong thing.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are fucking worried about this shit for obvious reasons. This is looking all very disturbing and totalitarian.
I said this before when the episode aired, and I'll say it again. When My Little Pony is calling you on your bullshit, yeah.
Yeah.
You must have gone off the deep end.
Yeah. I mean, not even just one episode, the whole 2-part premiere. And I was seeing so many people comparing Starlight Glimmer to Anita Sarkeesian and SJWs. And it was a very understandable comparison. I saw the same thing.
And this is what also just what the fuck. Initially, this didn't deter me. I was still very much a theorist and a GamerGate advocate. What really changed my mind were the tactics used by GG to justify harassment.
Right. So she's part of an harassment group, which she thinks is idiotic, even though she liked the idea of ethics. And what changed her mind was the tactics used by GG to justify harassment, which presumably must have been going on, because what changed were the justification. I mean, yeah, this is all. None of this threads together to make any kind of sense.
Yeah, just here of our explanation. The easiest way to explain this is to give two examples of common things in GamerGate. One, GamerGate is not an organization. It doesn't have one belief. At least she got that fucking right. But it's a combination of many people's opinion and anyone can speak. Alright, she at least got one thing right. Two, people who endorse or commit harassment are not part of GamerGate or not real GGO. Why is she using the new True Scotsman fallacy?
Well, the other thing being, of course, is that plenty of people who associate with GamerGate, you got the harassment patrol, people who have actually put quite a bit of effort into finding out who these people are and announcing them, saying we don't accept this kind of behaviour.
I mean, hell, I did that for a while, actually.
Yeah,
GamerGate harassment patrol.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm
and
not
even
interested in
WAM, Women Action Media or something like that, they found 0.66% of GG tweets could be considered harassment.
And that's in the weakest sense.
So either this person is in some sort of insane circle, or it's all bullshit. I'm leaning towards the latter.
I think this is just bullshit coming out of that writer's mouth. I think she's lying about the whole situation. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Agreed. I have to agree with you on that one. I think she's bullshit.
Shit. You can see the problem here, and this is what I was told every time I spoke out against harassment and bigotry within the movement. Either it's free speech and I'm oppressing them, or they just don't represent the movement. Neither answer resolves the issue of harassment, which begs the question: why is GamerGate so complacent when it comes to harassment? Oh my god! Can somebody take over? I'm literally getting a headache.
Okay, I'm. Let me put it like this: since a lot of you guys seem to think that women's word is gospel, maybe you'll listen to me here when I say this. Look, there are thousands, literally thousands and thousands of people that use the GamerGate hashtag. We cannot control who uses it. Yeah, there's gonna be some assholes using it. Yeah, there's gonna be some people who will use it as an excuse to harass people. I'm not denying that. We never denied that. But that's what the GamerGate...
Sorry, Lisa.
That's what the GamerGate Harassment Patrol was about. We tried to take these people down, even if they went after people we didn't like. I was up for an hour and a half right towards the beginning of it because of that that journalist guy from Spain, I think it was. And he was talking shit about Anita. I may not like her, but I didn't think it was cool that he was threatening her. And the thing is... sorry.
No, but this next part kind of says it all, on horse stance. Before I answer this question, I need to make a preface, because I know people will be saying, do you ever have any evidence of harassment? My answer to that is, why would I archive people insulting?
To have evidence, probably.
Oh my god! Do you even logic, lady?
No, she's just an idiot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I might be called misogynist.
This is what you call listen and believe.
Oh, listen and believe my ass.
When someone harasses me, I unfollow them and mute them. I have no interest in collecting an album of all the horrible things said to me and others. So no, I don't have proof. The idea of collecting that kind of proof is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. It's entirely sensible.
You know, a couple of days ago, I ate some alphabet soup. I ate some of that alphabet soup, and I shit out a better argument than what she's making right now.
Jeez, that was good.
So why is GamerGate complacent with harassment? Early it was because they didn't want to exclude anyone from the movement. How the fuck do you exclude anyone from a fucking hashtag? How the fuck?
But you see, also there is the implication, because you don't want to exclude anyone from the movement because it's just a couple of misogynoids in a basement. getting angry about the social justice shit, and it's like no, there's a lot of people. Even when it's Zoe posting all this shit, it's like no, it's not just a couple of people. It's not just a couple of white men. I'm sorry. I know this is what this woman's pushing here in the weasel words and all that shit, and it's clear what's going on. This is why you read this. It's got the smell of bullshit all over it.
Because it was so small. Now it's because the movement has been taken over by conspiracy theorists. Okay, do you have any fucking proof of that? I would like to see that.
Proof.
I think she's right about that because definitely the Illuminati is real, and I'm running it.
And
you know what? And you know what? I love what Zan told me one time. Was that there's a reason why I have the Illuminati thing for a thing. It's because I'm a part of the Illuminati. I remember him telling me that when I first joined these streams. It's like, you know what? That was freaking awesome.
So I left GG because I was harassed for being trans, and I was insulted for speaking out
Where
against
did that come from?
Could I
that came right the hell out of nowhere.
I like, you know what? I talk to Tara like she's a person. I treat Tara like she's a person.
Tara's freaking awesome.
Do you think I hate trans? Tara, I consider a friend almost to a point. I don't hate Tara. I don't hate. Who else? Trans? I'm trying to think of some people. Who
Sophie Eldris. She was on.
Sophia, that's Tara.
Yeah.
Is it the same? Oh yeah, of course. I'm forgetting Twitter handles.
Margaret. Amazing.
I don't hate any of these
studios.
I just don't hate any of these people like they claim that I do, and it's just like, come on, guys, I'm not a person of hatred here. If they want to identify themselves as a woman, you know what? That's fine. That's cool. More power to you.
Same.
That's what my mom raised me to be like. Yes, I might be Christian, but you know what? She says if you hate people based on their skin color, or no, based on their anything, I will disown you. So you know what? I have to say,
a cool chick.
She is. But you know what? This is what I have to say is that this is just stupid shit going around.
Yeah.
What I found is that whenever I said that GamerGate hated trans people, isn't it better said whatever? I don't even know what this is.
Vade, a contraction of they would.
Yeah, but it's whatever. It's stupid.
Well, it does. Well, it makes it. Well, no, that's perfectly fine use.
Okay, I wouldn't use it, but anyways, they'd use not your shield as a way to avoid credit. No, it's you missing the entire fucking point.
I can at least count 2 trans people that would immediately punch you in the face if you said that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and don't forget about Tim Schafer. And, hi, my name is Mr. Sacco.
Oh,
I always revert to a Mick Foley joke when I talk about Tim Schafer. That's what I think.
This guy's career is so dead.
You know, I never thought anyone could take a sock puppet like that and look more pathetic than an Ision, but for fuck's sake, Tim managed to do it.
Oh yeah, an Ision
looked more professional than he did.
Take a look at this sentence. Literally using not your shield as a shield. This person doesn't even
literally
thinks.
Yes.
Thinks
the brief history is people tired of saying this is all just white males, and they go, well, hang on a second, I'm not a white male, so shut up with your bullshit.
Yeah.
They're presenting it as this is my black friend, so I can't be racist. That's the way they're presenting it.
I kind of want to I want to try and get Nino on actually to see what he thinks about this. I can ask him later though on Twitter. He might be busy right now.
She thought it was idiotic movement and
of harassers and conspiracy.
And SJWs do not exist. What else? The people were promoting harassment. They were promoting, and
there's a pretty good point where the non-existent social justice warriors are apparently more accepting than GamerGate by not existing apparently.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
And GamerGate promotes harassment. So use not your shield as a shield. What finally made me sever any contact was that I realized that these so-called SJWs were actually much more accepting. Oh my god.
Told you.
Since when have they been accepting?
Andre, are you sure you want to keep
Ask
reading
a
this?
question, GamerGate. When a woman wants to talk
I'm
about,
almost done.
ask questions about to GamerGazi, what it is, and these psychos attack her, that's not accepting. Question what they're doing. You know what? I have to say bullshit on that.
Andrea, are you sure you want to keep going on with this? And I'm really starting to worry. The longer you go on with this, the more I worry about your mental well-being.
We're almost done.
Accepting
then Gamergate, and they're willing to speak out against bigotry. But there's another reason. I mentioned before Nick Reading and Alison Tiemann. Something that Alison said made me concerned about Gigi. She said Gigi was accomplishing what she'd been trying to do for 16 years. That instantly told me that Gigi was headed in the wrong direction. If Gigi's... Yeah.
Yeah, well, you've got to remember, MRAs are the feminist devil, so...
And I would like to see that quote, she actually saying that, so...
It's a guilt by association based on an ad hominem. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I would like to see that if she actually is saying this, just to see if there's anything behind this.
Even if there was, what the fuck does that matter?
No, but just if there's anything, or if it's just out of her ass.
Like everything else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's pretty much... I mean, she made a video of her crying, basically having a breakdown, and compared herself to Fluttershy, who is my favorite character, who is one of the shyest and quietest ponies in the entire show. She's like always afraid of everything, basically. And it talks like, oh, I guess I could. I mean, yeah.
Let's remember, these are the accepting people who got them kicked out of Calgary Expo for doing basically nothing.
Here, let's try to finish this. If Gigi's goals match up with an MRI's goals, then we definitely have gotten off track. After a while, do you know why this happens? Because feminists fucking attack our passion, and they don't know fuck about it. That's why you motherfuckers have people resisting your ideas.
Yeah.
If you just shut up and did your own fucking games, and if they even sold good, nobody would give a fuck.
Nope. I mean, it's telling when
they need to exterminate the competition, because with competition they cannot succeed.
I mean, it's telling when if you look at the comments on Jordan's video announcing the GG and ATL, it's telling when about a little more than half of the comments are from people saying, make sure you have enough security there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely since when I come now.
Here, just want to finish. After a while, I realized Gigi had been molded by the men's rights movement and adopted by their ideology. Yeah, whatever. Initially, I had no issue with the MRAs, but the more I talked to Nick and Allison, the more I realized that I wanted nothing to do with them. Nick told me that he'd never done any activism for men's rights, that the idea didn't appeal to him. He said he wasn't a men's rights activist, but an anti-feminist. Oh, Allison didn't go that far, but she did reveal that she hasn't done any activism for men either. Okay, do you have any fucking proof for this shit? Do you have any proof?
Bullshit. Especially given that, I mean, obviously part of the Honey Badgers with Karen Strawn, and they speak about this shit all the time, and they're obviously Canadian, and they're very active. I don't know where the hell you'd get this from.
Yeah, and the only example she could give me of the men's rights movement doing activism was a different group, and there were no articles about it. I really didn't want to associate with any anti-feminist group, especially not ones as notorious as the Badgers. And I started to realize that the anti-SJW movement had made me a much more hateful person. Okay. So
but didn't you just say SJWs didn't exist? So if SJWs don't exist, there can be no such thing as anti-SJW.
Yeah.
Well,
contradictions.
Well, remember she said it. This is a conspiracy. The SJW thing was a conspiracy. So you could say you've got an anti-SJW movement. That's against a conspiracy constructions. Just the same way that I could argue that the patriarchy is a conspiracy theory. and it doesn't mean you can fight against imaginary monsters. Is kind of what I'm saying. So
yeah, but the patriarchy doesn't exist. You'd actually be telling the truth. She's just pulling shit out of her ass.
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't. I'm just to give
her. This is all in her head.
Matter.
This is all in her head, anyways. So I had to leave for my sake and for the sake of my off-line relationship. Oh my God, it took
Let me just mention something here. The same you see in this article, you see right now on Twitter all the time, where we have this huge infighting between anti-social justice warrior types and ethic-focused people.
Yeah,
it's
but
the
we
whole
all
shit
think the
all
same.
over again. They're trying to push this infighting in here, and you idiots don't get it.
Well, just on that briefly, I don't have a problem with infighting. That's how ideas should be challenged and debated.
It's when you try to police and impose your views on others when it gets problematic.
Yeah.
And yes, I used that word.
You can try, but you won't succeed. So.
Well, let's just get done with this shit. We spent too much. I mentioned to one member of the Skype group that my relationship with my sister had deteriorated since I joined joined GG. We're now on good terms, and I would joke about being former conspiracy theorist. Okay, whatever. Good for you, motherfucker. The Badgers like to call joining the men's rights movement swallowing the red pill. Following that idea, I like to coin a new phrase, vomiting up the red pill. It's a discovery that you're a conspiracy theorist and the immediate disgust your own actions and former beliefs. In summary, you're all crazy conspiracy theorists, and I'm a radical feminist who hates men and wants to turn you all gay.
Fabulous.
And right there, I could easily take that very logic and turn it around and say you're trying to promote bulimia.
Oh.
Hey, it's true.
Good. I was like, whoa, girl. I was like harsh.
No.
You know what? It is true. I agree with you. It is true.
I was just oh my God.
I don't blame you, Lisa, for like
this shit. Then
I don't blame you for cringing at this whole thing. That is just stupid.
I know joke vomited in my mouth at least 6 times during the reading of that, and I'm not even joking.
I'm sorry, it's really cringeworthy. It's really cringeworthy after you look at it. It's like everybody is like, what the hell did I just watch?
Yeah, I mean, it's like she was like, oh, the harassment. Okay, just a little idea. We don't dislike you because you're a female. We don't dislike you because you're trans. We dislike you because you're fucking idiots. Doesn't use her
You're an idiot. Yeah, you got it correct, Lisa. She's an idiot.
I mean, there's just so much
just indoctrinated.
I don't think it's just the I mean, I don't think we can take this on face value. I mean, you remember the whole letter that Brianna Wu supposedly got talking about I'm a former GamerGater, and again, it sounded very similar to
this. That was blackface Kermit who sent that as a prank. Yes, I remember that shit. Oh my God, it was hilarious.
Well, I mean, let's say, okay, so I didn't realise that was a prank. I didn't, but I mean, again, this sounds exactly the same. So you could say so if this is trolling again, well, the Poe's law would be coming up here. You can't tell the fucking difference at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I said this in my ABC video. Every time I think.
Don't we actually have a term for vomiting up the red pill called chugging the Kool-Aid?
Yes.
I like
that.
In
fact, that Ian Miles Chunk said he was in the or I think was it him who said he spat out the Kool-Aid?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, let's go. It's like I said in my ABC video. Every time I think I've heard one of the dumbest things that an aggro or SJW can say, you guys turn around and say something.
Take that as a challenge.
Yeah. It's like, man, you can't say dumber shit than that. And then I honestly, it's gotten to the point where in the back of my head somewhere I hear, challenge accepted!
I spent maybe 2 months on Tumblr and I was like, I can't troll these people anymore because their stupid hurts me.
Yeah.
That's you try to troll and then you're just like, no, I'm too successful. This is disturbing me.
Yeah.
No, you go to make fun of them, and then you just kind of look at all the shit, and it's like, I can't make fun of this. I just can't.
I'm still too much human to do that.
I know. It's just, my God.
Yeah, well, time is definitely a mistake.
Yeah, you can't. This weekend's stupid.
Yeah, let's move on to the next topic, which is IGN, perhaps a conflict. This isn't the first time they've done this, but
you can't spell ignorance to the IGN.
Here we
Well,
go.
you can't spell ignorance without IGN.
Yeah, so it just says like you can't.
Basically, just this. I'm gonna mute this because this is not important. But here, isn't this a big conflict of interest?
Yeah, having yeah. What the fuck? Why would you have a IGN car pack? I don't understand. How does that even make any fucking sense? IGN doesn't make cars.
Do you want it to break down every 10 seconds?
It's ass kissing.
Yeah, definitely no possible problems here. I mean, IGN definitely isn't going to be biased in any fucking way towards.
Why do you think I left the IGN GTA group?
Yeah.
Crew. I don't want to roll with that crew anymore.
Wait, I don't get it. Why is this called the IGN car pack? What's so IGN about the cars? Did the IGN staff pick them or something? If so, I guess we got to see similar. People don't get it.
Yeah, one guy. Oh my god, the old ES one. So I mean, well, petrol heads and all that shit. I guess they're gonna care.
What a load of shit again.
Too much IGN.
Well, like I said earlier, I mean, do they want the car to break down every 10 minutes or so? Just kind of combust in on itself?
Here, that's a good point. B. Everett from The Walking Dead, even though he's dead. What have those cars to do with IGN? Money, advertisements? Good point.
Typos? I love that reaction.
Kill all games journalists.
Oh, that's gone a bit far.
Yeah.
They definitely gonna pick that one up.
But
yes, that will be the sum total of criticism.
Basically, what the fuck is IGN doing?
I don't know.
Yes.
They're just being stupid.
They're being themselves.
I mean,
this is not stupidity. This is clear. Well, either pandering to the ego, and also, of course, I mean, why would developers do this? Because they want to get favorable coverage. We all fucking know this, right?
They done what we have predicted of many of the outlets that changed the ethics policy. They just went back to doing the same shit as before.
Credit where it's due. At least they didn't suck any dicks for this one.
You don't know that.
You're right. I don't know that. You're right. Sorry. My mistake.
Yeah.
What else can you say? It presents itself very clearly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And where are the conspiracy theorists?
This is just like. This is how sick the industry has become when a game has a DLC named after a fucking games video site or a games journalistic site. What the fuck?
I mean, okay. Recently, 10 for the win.
Assassin's Creed. Pre-order the new Assassin's Creed game, and you'll get specialized Kotaku assless chaps. Signed by Nathan Grayson.
I don't want anything to do with Nathan Grayson anywhere near me.
No, but you get the joke though.
That's waiting to happen.
No, but you guys get the joke though, right?
Yeah.
You get the joke though. Pre-order Assassin's Creed, and you'll get assless chaps.
No,
that's how it's going.
Can we get GamerGate misogyny?
I was saying something and I completely lost my train of thought.
Sorry, I had to do the assless chaps joke.
Oh, it's just
too much stupid.
This was also in Forza Horizon 1, an IGN car pack, and this has popped up again. This is a massive conflict of interest, if you ask me.
Yep.
Okay, I remember now. Okay, so I don't know if any of you guys watch the channel Machinima. There's a show that they do called 10 for the Win. It's this countdown. With one of their recent videos, it was called Top 10 Characters We Want to See in Mortal Kombat. At the very, very beginning of the video, for about 10 seconds, there's a little thing that says, "This episode brought to you by Mortal Kombat and Xbox." And it's like, see? 10 seconds, just mention.
Of course, they've always worked with Xbox. It's nothing new. But
still, they still took the time to put that in there, even though most of us know that they work very closely with Xbox. They still put that in there.
I assume they were paid for it. That's how they make their fucking money. So you shouldn't be surprised. But I mean, it's not really any different to television sponsorship shit. It's when it's clandestine that it's more of a problem, because at least the device is out in the open. You can take what they say with a grain of salt when they're heaping praise on the Xbox or whatever. It's like, but it's the clamp more of a problem. I mean, here you've got clear evidence. How can you can't obviously trust anything IGN says about this particular company, right? Because there's now a clear bias. It's so obviously transparent. It's like you can do it, but you shouldn't be surprised if people are then going to say, "Well, we can't really trust you." That's a choice you make.
Right. And I mean, I had actually taken a screen. I posted the video on Kotaku in Action. I also took a screen grab with a little disclosure, and I tweeted it, and I said, "Dear Machinima, thank you for being honest with us." And they retweeted it, and that thing was getting so many retweets because it's just like, yes, it's not that hard. 10 seconds at the beginning of the video, just a little message. It's not that fucking hard. I don't know why you're fighting this.
This just tells us that the ethics policy here on IGN did not do shit.
When Machinima does better than IGN with their ethics policy, you know there's something wrong.
Well, I mean, here, I don't know, like I was saying, I don't know.
And after that recent shitty thing that Machinima did with the whole claiming that that whole thing they did with Microsoft just recently, if any of you that remember that, where Microsoft paid them a certain amount of money for every time they mentioned Microsoft products.
No, it was a tag with Machinima.
Yeah,
and
Machinima did that. If IGN's worse than that,
it was Xbox something or
it was Xbox. This is how the story goes. It was Xbox and stuff like that, and they basically offered the YouTubers under Machinima that were partnered with Machinima to basically say good things about the Xbox, and they would get money every time they say that with the amount of views they got per video.
Yeah, Microsoft would give out like $3,000 or something in total.
Well, the thing
this was never disclosed to the FCC as well.
Well, I mean, the thing though is that with Steven Larson, they've never really been all that PC. I mean, I was watching a couple of their videos earlier while working on a painting I'm doing, and I mean, some of the stuff they said made my jaw drop. Like, did they just fucking say that? So, I mean, they're not exactly PC anyway, so I'm guessing SJWs probably hate them regardless. But, I mean, I just thought it was a nice little gesture there. It's like, you know what? Good on you, Machinima.
Yeah. We can. The next topic is just a very brief one.
Okay.
It's.
I'm sure we'll stretch it out for infinity.
Yeah, knowing us.
It's our favorite person, Wesley Crusher, aka Will Wheaton.
What did he do this time?
I don't know why the fuck Sony is having. I don't even want to hear his voice, but he has like the conversation with creators, and look at that. Oh no!
What a surprise!
Hang on a second. He's talking about Bungie. Does Bungie have anything to do with PlayStation?
Exclusive content basically. And if you look at the first video where they announced it, I don't want to find it now because but I looked through the comments of that one. You can probably look through the PlayStation.
How many
channel.
people said "Shut up, Wesley"?
Yeah, and basically asking him why the fuck is he doing this?
Comments disabled. Comments disabled.
Yeah, that's why they dropped the comments, because everyone was ripping him a new asshole.
I just want to say that is a magnificent neckbeard he's sporting there.
Indeed.
He's a washed-up sea celebrity, and he's desperate.
I mean, what's your claim to fame, dude? You played the most hated character in Eureka. Every time you showed up in an episode, I legit wanted to kill your character off.
I mean,
he's desperate. He clings to everything nerdy. That goes back to his Star Trek days.
And just his desperate, I don't know if he's desperate for a blowjob from Adidas Akisian, because he wrote that shit for Time.
I'm thinking Police Today.
Nobody wrote that article for Time, remember that?
Yeah.
Because she got on Time, top 100 on Time, and yeah.
It's still impressive how she got like 80% no, and she still made it.
Airport
She only got 80% no because of misogynist. We all know this.
Yeah.
The patriarchy strikes again.
Next one is pretty fun. I don't want to talk more about the pathetic Wesley Crusher. Next one is basically comparing an episode of X-Files to GamerGate. The first one, I think. Let's see, come on.
I mean, I remember watching the X-Files, and I love that show, even though it got timed pretty shit. Especially in the latest, when it's all about the alien conspiracy shit. It's like, okay, can we have some more other stuff?
Who wants to read this? I did the last one. Lisa, do you want to do this?
Yeah, sure. I'll do this one.
Alright,
what kind of voice do you want?
Can you do Scully or Mulder?
No.
just do a normal one.
Alright, if there's any quotes from her, I will put that in a whiny voice just so we're clear.
Sure, go ahead.
In the long lead up to the return of the X-Files, Fox is leading the longest, slowest marathon ever. Every episode, one each day, for 201 days. The epic rewatch began today with Pilot, and I quickly was struck by how fascinating it is to watch through the lens of today's pop culture battles 22 years later. Wait, 22 years? Oh my god.
Yep. It's been a long time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I feel so fucking old.
Yeah.
In 1993, when the show premiered, there was no such explicit a thing as Gamergate or modern-day boys club reactionary. Funny, it's a chick reading this right now on a Gamergate.
Internalized misogyny. That's fine.
Boobs and baking, guys. Again, boobs and baking. Our modern-day boys club reactionary, dangerous and misogynist conservatism in the face of the expansion of pop culture. Oh, fuck you with a spoon. From its very beginning, it's striking how much of a refutation of the Gamergate perspective in the relationship of Agents Mulder and Scully.
What perspective?
This is quite amazing bullshit. Quite amazing.
We're first introduced to Agent Mulder not directly, but through what Scully knows about him and through the characterization of him given to her by her superiors as they assign her to report on his embarrassing and work on X-Files. She's set up as their weapon against Mulder as an affront to the presumptive protagonist. Mulder, for his part, is fully aware of why Scully appeared in his basement office. The first thing he does, however, is recognize her bona fides, including her study of theoretical physics. With barely any new partner foreplay, Mulder launches directly into presenting Scully to his new case. He's sizing her up, sure, but we only see where she stands at the start of their partnership. Not once has Mulder challenged Scully's ability, intelligence, or right to be there. Despite that, she's been sent to debunk his work, setting aside whether or not that's how she sees her assignment. He's completely unthreatened by her presence. Later in the episode, the skeptical Scully has something of a panic attack over marks she's discovered on her body that eerily resemble those of the abductees she and Mulder are investigating. Marks which, upon Mulder checking them out, turns out to be nothing more than mosquito bites. Even then, Mulder doesn't belittle or ridicule her. It's called on-the-job professionalism. Later still, standing in the rain over 2 empty graves as Mulder hashes out his thesis of extraterrestrial abduction, Scully laughs right in his face. He still doesn't attack her. It was no accident that even in 1993, I'm sure, the Mulder is obsessive loner living in his basement. Even today, a play on the stereotypical nerd, gamer, or geek. Into his life, unbidden and uninvited, welcomes a woman asserting an authority to participate in his anti-hero exclusive realm, something he built for himself to, in part, to address traumas of his childhood. He takes it in stride, he invites her into his current case, asks her what she thinks. They even challenge each other's assumptions, but he never challenges her presence, let alone her mere existence. Imagine that.
So basically, she is greeted with an aura of authority the entire time, in which she is basically her bitch.
Basically.
I mean, yeah. So basically, this has got nothing to do with anything. So, welcome to GamerGate is yet again the clickbait.
Well, I can do the rest. Welcome back to the X-Files. Maybe you can return. You maybe can return at a better time for the health and sanity of pop culture. ETA Twitter mentions are alright with GamerGaters today. Most of them are just tossing the phrase airport slow at me. If you're wondering what that is, here you go. Pro tip: if you're a big rhetorical weapon, is to toss at me something. Okay. That uses the term a she-twink. You've nicely proven the beauty of the block button. That definitely demonstrated that you're a hate group. So
I have never once seen GamerGate use the word she-twink.
That we are a hate group. Okay.
So disagree with me, blocked. Okay, yeah.
Disagree with me, I block you, and you are a hate group.
Right, yeah. Because you guys are all misogynists who don't care what girls think. I just sneak in here every week. But you guys don't know. You guys are hearing my real voice, but to them, I'm pretending. I'm using a voice masking, so they hear my voice as a guy. Just don't tell them. Shh. But seriously,
yes.
I mean.
Again, this just has nothing to do with the X-Files whatsoever.
No, it doesn't.
It's projection.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I definitely remember when I was 13 when I was watching the X-Files. I was definitely thinking, I don't like this Scully character because she's a woman. Can't accept that. Because up until then, media was exclusively men. There was no women in media of any positive portrayals whatsoever.
I'm sorry if I sounded like I was coughing up a hairball around the word. Yeah.
Problematic.
Sorry, I seriously cannot say that without feeling like I'm going to puke in my mouth.
They ruined that word.
Pretty much, yeah. They ruined a lot of words.
They just use words so they can hear themselves talk. They don't actually, I can't.
Pretty much.
It's just disgusting to know just why these people act the way they do.
Any word they perceive as having a negative connotation, they throw at you and hope that something sticks.
Yeah.
That's why as a German you get called a Nazi all the time whenever someone disagrees with you.
Yeah, as a German, I can attest to that.
I still think we should try to make that one of the rules of the internet. You know, if something exists, someone's going to find it sexist or racist.
I think that is already a problem, a rule.
Well, let's move on to the next topic, which is let me screen share again.
Holy God, Germany!
Have we seen this before?
Yep.
This ugly face?
Oh my God, that horrible human being. You know what? The Munchkins are still dancing to this day after her departure.
It's basically, I don't want to read through all this shit again because we've been going through enough articles. Basically, the gist of it is that GamerGate is behind the Reddit revolts.
The Reddit community got the same treatment as GamerGate.
Oh.
First there was GamerGate, the opening salvo in the fight against feminist criticism games, male-dominated culture. So.
No, it's not caring about feminist criticism simply because it's feminist criticism. It's caring about bullshit because it is bullshit.
What kind of criticism is censorship?
All of it.
No one gives a fuck if you don't like something. I was talking to Angela about this. Like, I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. It's like you don't have to like it. I don't have to like every single piece of media. Otherwise, I go, well, if that piece of media I don't like exists, then I can't live in this world. It's like I just won't fucking watch it. I might say I think this is a piece of shit. Like I don't know. I don't like pop music, so I'm not going to try and get it banned. I'm not gonna say, well, if One Direction doesn't all die in a fire tomorrow, I'm gonna have to go on a rage. But it's like, no, okay, One Direction exists. I don't give a fuck. And obviously, having said that, hopefully the No Direction is listening, because I know that they'll descend upon me and like a swarm of bees and sting me.
And it's the whole thing that this Reddit world is the same. They're trying to paint it as the same thing as GamerGate with the Reddit world, which doesn't really. It has somewhat something to do with GamerGate, but it's a different beast of its own, and trying to paint it with the same brush as a harassment group or hate group.
Because it worked so great last time.
Yeah, it's a Streisand effect, you motherfuckers.
These people don't want to learn. They are drilled to not learn.
See, yes. I actually kind of have a theory. Sorry.
Go ahead,
Lisa.
Oh no, Days is about to say something. I cut him off.
No, I was just agreeing. That's all.
Oh. The theory that I have about this whole thing is that a lot of them, they hold on to this narrative and they white knuckle the fuck out of the thing. They don't want to hear other people's opinions because they don't want to think. They don't want to think that maybe, just maybe, they might change their minds about this little bit of whatever that they're holding on to so much. Of course, that, hampers their growth as a person, which is why, again, I've had more entertaining conversations with a 5-year-old. Just that's my theory on the whole thing. I mean, they've held on to this for so long. And it's been brought up before. Most of them come from very well-to-do, middle-class families. They didn't really have to grow up and worry what they were going to have for dinner the next night. So they don't know what it's like to have actual troubles. They don't want to think about it. And so if someone comes up with an idea that might actually get them to change their mind, they're against that. They attack it.
Yeah, so there's confirmation bias taken to the nth degree, and in all kinds of places where this happens, I'm definitely against it. It's like you need to be open to ideas and willing to discuss. So that's what disturbs you the most, is the shutting down of any conversation, no matter whether you like what the other person has to say or not. It is important to at least listen.
Yeah. I gotta get going, guys. Late on starting dinner, but it's been fun. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, we don't have that many topics. We can kind of move on to the next one if fucking computer allows me. The next topic is kind of off topic, but it's closer to our kind of sport, sex, football, and females,
football.
Yeah, proper football. And here is the headline. Here's why it's fair that female athletes make less than men. And that's the first, written by a woman as well. It's the first article or even video I've seen on this matter, because it's just a simple argument of supply and demand, and females earning less than men because of the popularity. That's exactly the same when it comes to porn stars, for example. Female porn stars earn way more than the male porn stars. So,
of course, would you rather watch a woman? Would you rather watch Mercedes or Ron Jeremy? I'm just being truthful here.
Well, Ron Jeremy made a lot of money, so whether you wanted to watch him or not, I mean, you keep on seeing, if you watch carefully, you will see him pop up in a lot of films as well. For example, he's in the background of the final scene of Ghostbusters, if you watch carefully. But I mean, the basic point is a simple matter of supply and demand. And if you want to talk about sexual objectification, the men are usually the objects in pornography.
Yeah, and I did a video about CNN, the problem about females earning less, even though there are way less people watching. So here's a tweet: World Cup final viewership is 17.3 million in English, 9.2 in Spanish. 2015, I don't even know what the number. Basically, showing that there were just more people watching the men compared to the women, and if you the men every 4 years get over 1 billion people watching the final, and I don't even want to. The females probably got a little bit over 100 million, maybe 200 million, but that's a fraction of what the men get. Therefore,
And,
also the money.
Yeah, just reading down, there's definitely a logic failure here, which is, read this paragraph. I'm sure there are all sorts of technical details that could be used to explain just how the men's game differs from the women's, and they vary from sport to sport. The one answer that doesn't hold up is that men's sports are somehow inherently more interesting to watch than women's. They are certainly not 40 times more interesting to watch, but that's the argument being that's why they're getting paid 40 times less. But no, the point is, it doesn't have to be 40 times less interesting. Only has to be like 1% less interesting. And then if you're competing for time of how you're going to spend your time, if it's like, well, I could watch this thing which I find more interesting than the other thing, but I'm not going to watch the other thing that's competing for my time. So it doesn't. You only have to be edged out a little bit, and then people are going to watch something else. It's like if you took a comparison to movies, you could say, right, well, is Transformers like 100 times more interesting than some indie shit that I like? It's like, no, it isn't, but to other people, it is. Even if I think it's a piece of shit movie,
Exactly.
that's what people are doing. So, right, what the fuck am I gonna do? I can complain about Michael Bay all I fucking like. It's not gonna make any bloody difference. Or Adam Sandler, I fucking hate his shit. He's only done like 1 or 2 good movies, and the rest have been complete shit. So there you are.
Yeah, and it's just this is the kind of the 77% of men kind of argument when it's complete bullshit. So let's move on to.
Okay, speaking on the sports thing, can I say something here about the sports thing? Sure. Because you are a fan of wrestling. I know that, Andre, at all.
Yeah.
I know you are. You just watched WWE Raw just recently. Stephanie McMahon says there's like a huge thing going on in sports with women, and they said, and what the WWE did with women in sports, they did stuff that makes it interesting, not the over-sexualization, but they make things look interesting in the matches with the women. The women are far more athletic than the guys are for the most part, so they give us what they show how cool. How cool everything could get. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's like if the problem is people aren't interested in watching, maybe make it interesting.
Yes, and that's what they should do with the sports as well. I mean, they just had like 3 of the most popular women in NXT come out. Everybody started screaming and cheering when they entered. I mean, that you have to show what everybody likes. It's just these people, they don't get it.
Like it's market forces, and of course we've seen a lot of this here. They don't like the market deciding. They want people. It's like, no, this is what you should be watching. I mean, I could say that easily. I could say I like a lot of like indie movies and shit because I'm just that kind of arty farty kind of fucker who likes that kind of shit. It's like, well, I'm not going to expect that to be massively popular. I could stand in line and rant to people going to see the next Transformers movie. You know, this is fucking shit. Michael Bay's a hack. Go to this art house theatre and watch this fucking French film, and they're not going to do it.
Yeah. Do we want to move on?
Yeah. They want to dictate what people should like. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary of it.
So yeah, it's basically just kind of the same theme. That's why linked it. Next topic is Luke Karmali from IGN. You know the video we did, Deus Ex, on yesterday, I believe. Of the podcast, he was
Game
one
of
of the
Thrones
guys.
bit.
Yeah, he was one of the guys.
Yeah.
He was going for the feminism part of it. There were two guys for it, and the second one guy, or the third guy, was like, "Nah, I'm not really agreeing with you guys." You can probably watch it if you're really interested. Here is
Fucking shill.
here. I'm gonna read this. I archived it, but I couldn't actually find the actual. It's archived in the link. But anyways, Luke Karmali, an editor, wrote an article about the conception of Dorian and Dragon Age Inquisition and how he came to be gay. In the article's comment section, he replied to someone about the topic of the article, and I noticed something interesting in his comment, which I will post here. I completely agree. David highlights how it's straight white males that are what we see a lot of. I took issue with the straight white male part, but there's a hell of a lot more to explore there. This isn't a thesis, however. Writing over 1,000 words for an online publication, as I did here, is considered a bold move. Oh my god. I choose to do. You wrote that wrong, you motherfucker. Chooses with 2 O's. I choose to do a deep dive on a particular issue rather than merely highlighting a lot of stuff people already know exists without exploring any of it. And here's another quote. Luke, you just proved you aren't any better than Polygon. Someone replying to him, of course. By saying their piece on the Witcher 3's all-white cast is good. That article is dumb because of what it reflects. Did you ever ask yourself why there's an all-white cast? Because the game is based off an all-white country, Poland. That right there disproves everything in the article is claiming. Why do you consider race important for a game? I hope you don't draw inspiration out of Polygon. Damn. And his reply to that. To be honest, I draw inspiration from almost all game writers. I'm always looking to learn and improve. Plus, you need a thick skin in this business. That hasn't. We haven't seen any of that shit. We have had the thinnest skin I've ever seen. As you can probably tell, comments can get a little harsh. In terms of the Witcher 3 piece, I think it's a good point. It's a Polish novel for sure, but the setting is fantastical, so things could be changed. Oh my god.
I like the fact how they always end up reducing black people to fantasy elements.
Fantastical. Let's get the magic Negro trope in there.
Yeah.
Well, because that's.
So it's fantastical. Those things could be changed. Why the fuck do you want them to change it? It's their fucking game, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I said this before when we discussed which. It's like I would not object to a game that was basically all black because it's set in Africa or something. I mean, why would I care? It's like that's logical for the demographics of the area. It's like this is not that fucking hard to understand.
Yeah.
Or people pointed out you got plenty of Japanese games. This is all Japanese cast. It's like, well, quelle fucking surprise.
Yeah. Similarly, Poland in the medieval times did have an ethnic minority. What the fuck is with the grammar with these motherfuckers? Poland in the medieval
had a minority of slaves, and in the time frame in which the Witcher plays, there are 3 documented black people. 3 in the entire country.
Yeah,
you have to feature all of them apparently.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at the grammar. I'm just what the fuck. Poland in the medieval times did have ethnic minorities, not a lot, but there were some. I've actually been seeing if I can chat to CD Projekt Red about it. Why the fuck do you want to talk about them? Oh my god. And I will obviously let you know how it goes. Deciding to make an all-white world is an artistic choice, but if you can put demons and the like, why not one person? Oh my!
Well,
God.
okay. The obvious way to respond to that is then to put a black demon in. Like, oh no, we didn't mean that because like you got to show them in a positive way.
Exactly.
And here, this is the last of his quotes. Again, I'm interested in discussing all these issues, but whether the characters are white, purple, brown, or green, I'm still gonna play what's an awesome game. Why the fuck do you even mention this shit, you fucking imbecile?
Pandering.
Yeah. Basically, it's like, okay, you've got your white guilt, fine, we understand, but did you? Again, it's an American cultural perspective thing. America is not the entire world. Do not project your culture onto every other nation on the earth. You've got your own fucking problems. You'll have to deal with that shit yourself.
These people from San Francisco, they just sit on their fat, lazy asses and say whatever they think, whatever they could, just to hear themselves talk. They're nothing.
They are granted way too much power for way too little effort.
Yes, that's the main objection, really. It's like, why the fuck is anyone with influence listening to these people?
It's just, oh my god. So, why does this guy even have a job? I mean, what the fuck?
Nathan still has a job.
Yeah, Lee Alexander also has a job.
Yes.
Technically.
Well, yes.
Well, we can move on to the next topic, which is
I wonder, after the recent, just the off-topic, I think, after the recent happening with Gawker, I wonder if working at Gawker would become someone's scarlet letter in a resume in the future.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Shits.
I really hope they're gonna fall on their ass very, very hard. So the next topic is from William Usher, and he it's basically ABC because they lied about GamerGate in a report which they did, and they basically told the senator shut the fuck up with the investigation. Here's a quote: "Thank you for that piece of information. I'm investigating the matter, and if appropriate, we'll question the ABC on it at the next Senate estimates." Yeah. And here's the James McGrath from ABC. I have just one feeling. The senator should shut the fuck up. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
There's not much you can say to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the bias, what, I mean...
Do we want to watch the actual piece? We haven't actually...
We can do. I was just thinking, I don't know if everyone remembers that Simpsons episode where Homer Simpson, they go to the candy convention and he gets the gummy to Milo, and there's a babysitter...
Your tears say more than evidence could ever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So let's see.
And there was the parody of, what is it, 60 Minutes, where you see the clock in the background and the time keeps on shifting because they edit it, obviously, to make him look as bad as possible. This is the kind of thing that it reminds me of.
So let's hear how bad this piece actually is.
If you live with somebody who likes to play video games, and millions of adults do, you won't have escaped hearing about GamerGate. It's rocked the $100 billion video gaming industry with allegations of sexism and misogyny.
But we are sending the allegations, or they?
Yeah, okay, I kind of was stuck on that now too.
Yeah, they're not presenting this very well.
Yeah, it's 14 seconds in, and what the fuck?
It's muddled already.
Started with an allegation against a female gamer of sexual favours for good reviews, and quickly turned into an all-out culture war. Monique Shafter reports, and a warning this story contains scenes of video violence.
Yep.
In Melbourne, and more than 30,000 hardcore video gamers are geeking it up at one of Australia's largest games contests. I'm the conductor of the poop train! They're here to play and have some serious chats.
Well, hello and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for the amazing turnout. This panel was conceived before the whole GamerGate schmozzle.
The topic getting a lot of people fired up is GamerGate.
And then we'll open up to Q&A from the audience.
Stop GamerGate 2014!
The epitome of anti-GamerGate.
Oh my god, is that... Oh.
Audience?
Stop GamerGate 2014!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, oh
No,
my
that
god.
worked out well.
You know what? That proves our stereotype of the antis really well with that woman right there. The Gamer Godsey meetup, Randy Harper. I don't like
but
the
whole hashtag with a time limit on it is the stupidest thing you can do.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I have to get dinner started.
Stop GamerGate 2014.
I'm gonna be off for like 10 minutes. I'll see you guys in like 10
I think
minutes.
the typical Gamer Gazi member is on the level of her, Christian, or that other Christian.
Oh.
The drive-by girl. Or man,
There's just a
or
lot of
whatever.
hatred and a lot
I'll
of
be
anger.
back.
It's making people feel really uncomfortable about gaming, which sucks.
GamerGate is a controversy that's lit up the internet since August this year and has threatened to turn violent. It started with an act of revenge.
It has threatened to turn violent? What?
Threatened.
What? Who? What? Yeah.
I've got my ICBMs trained at Australia right now. I'm going to sort those criminals out once and for all.
Yeah, I didn't know you had to be violent to come into Australia.
I believe you do.
It's
It's a violent
Australia.
place. Spiders will fucking kill you.
It's a
Everything
place
wants to
of-
kill you in Australia.
It's a place of violent killing animals and criminals.
Yeah.
It began when an indie game developer by the name of Zoe Quinn was accused by an angry ex-boyfriend of sleeping with someone in order to get good reviews for her game.
Someone.
Oh my God.
Someone.
So and get it fucking right. It's good press, not a fucking review. Why do these people not? Oh my God.
Because getting it right would gain legitimacy to us.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that she was able to refute these allegations, it kind of stirred up quite an online backlash towards
No, you can go to gamergate.me and actually read that shit. Because
no research in professional journalism, man.
do we wanna gamergate.me
Me.
and we can find 2 articles of Nathan Grayson talking about her fucking game.
He talked about general indie games and managed to mention Depression Quest 3 fucking times in an article that's like a half a side.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
You have failed in life.
Here, Nathan Grayson, let's see. He has 2 articles. Here, this one. And there's another one. And this one. If people are really interested.
Yeah, someone's
Anyways,
pointed out the chat that Zoe did admit to this, so that's bullshit as well.
Yeah.
Quinn was flooded with harassment and abuse online.
God, I hate
Yeah, but is it related to Gamergate?
that. She's a dumpy loser whose only claim to hold gamers without substance
Zoe
and is
Quinn is
nothing more
getting
than
chalked by Microsoft Sam.
right to be the prince.
Gamergate.
Bizarre.
And nowhere in those things was Gamergate mentioned. Good fucking job painting us as a hate group. Good fucking job.
There we go.
I think Patriarchy made a pretty good comic about that. You know, where the feminist wakes up at night and then everything is Gamergate, everything is evil.
Yeah.
Sort of became an issue where people wanted to discuss ethics within games journalism, but because of the reaction towards her, it also became...
Oh, so just fuck off. The reaction this negates any valid concerns. You know what? Fuck you.
an issue about misogyny and the way women are treated in games.
It quickly exploded into an online culture war. They've been using the hashtag GamerGate.
Video games journalism is such a joke.
GamerGate's cabal are the technology world's...
I watched a bunch of women get sliced up in video games. And now I'm watching online
GamerGate changes people.
Things got even heavier when other women, like game developer Brianna Wu...
Oh dear
God.
God.
Should have given us a trigger warning, Angela.
I'm so triggered right now.
Did she know Mary Golem or didn't she?
...the centre of this revenge attack.
I hope you enjoyed your last moments alive on this. If you have...
Oh, that fucking troll.
Yeah, and where is GamerGate in that? There it ends. You see that? That's where it ends. No mention of GamerGate.
Kids, they're going to die too.
The best part is, after it was pointed out to Brianna Wu that
she can't have kids, you motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
The best part was, after we pointed out that the last threads she published didn't contain GamerGate, a mysterious channel called GamerGate supporter, sent the same threads to her with GamerGate tagged in like 3 times.
You see this?
Coincidence.
Debunked. See this? And nowhere does he disclose that he gave her money or was sleeping with her. So you know what? Fuck you.
They threatened to murder me, to rape me. They threatened to sever my husband's genitals and choke me to death with them. They threatened to murder any of my children that I might have because they would grow up to, want women to...
And you can't have children, so no worries there. Then no offense, but biologically you can't have kids, so
be equal.
Why have you been forced to leave your home? Brianna Wu's personal address was posted online in an attack known as doxing.
Guess what, bitch? I know where you live. You and Frank live at...
The FBI are now involved. Wu believes it's a campaign to scare women out of the games industry.
Video game industry is changing very rapidly. They kind of want things the way that they are. They kind of...
Also debunked. She never contacted the police.
And she never left her home.
That also.
Yep.
Or she took half her house with her.
Yeah. Maybe it's a moving house. So.
I had the house moved brick by brick.
They kind of want things the way that they are. They kind of don't want girls in their clubhouse.
It's been a really difficult and sort of protractedly hate.
Is anyone... I mean, game developer and journalist, does anyone see the problem of that?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
It's time to be a woman in games. Numerous women have either been run out of their homes or have decided to stop writing about games or making them as a result of this.
Who? Give specifics, please.
Because all the women that we that have apparently been harassed by GamerGate are ranking up extreme high funds for that, and are still around as far as I can see.
Yeah, so threatened that they just can't shut up about it.
Yeah.
Do you nuke 3D?
Does it scare you personally?
No comment? Well, I've talked about GamerGate a bit on Twitter. I never use the hashtag because I know there's people sort of watching the hashtag and looking to...
Oh my god.
The Down syndrome. Definitely Down syndrome, I think.
Pounce on anyone who uses that. It's just all gross sexist shit and it needs to stop.
Go!
Stop! Just stop!
These online attacks have shone a light on what some people believe to be a deep-seated misogyny saturating video games.
You like her? You can have her. Yeah, she's pretty clean and pretty dirty also, huh?
The game footage I'll be showcasing will be particularly graphic and include scenes of extreme violence against women.
Are you here for the whore?
Are you talking to me?
I have your money. Let her go. No!
Utilizing women as background decoration.
Feminist pop culture critic.
Let's
How
not
many-
point out the fact the protagonist was attempting to save the woman's life at all.
Yeah, or how
Doesn't
many?
count. Bad guy does bad things. Game must be bad.
Yeah, and how many guys you kill just right after that? That doesn't mean shit, right? Oh my god. Okay.
So many in Assassin's Creed, so fucking many.
Yeah.
Anita Sarkeesian, known for her YouTube series about the portrayal of women in games, was also attacked online. She was forced to cancel a talk at Utah State University after threats of
Which was proclaimed safe.
And again, the police said no threats, to students.
The threats
Jesus.
that she received were not believable.
Yeah. So they were so not believable that they continued with the event. So
as far as I heard, I'm not sure about that, but someone sent the U.S. Navy copy paste to her. You know, with the 300 confirmed
Yes.
kills.
A recent survey showed that nearly half of all gamers are women, but female characters and game developers are still few and far between.
maybe because women aren't interested.
It's bollocks either way, right? I mean, when
Or
they say
maybe
few and
they
far
want to
between,
protect.
when they say few and far between, it makes it sound like, well, a woman in a game is a rare fucking thing. This is not the case at all. But, I mean, they just
Amy Honey,
they just don't
Jade
like.
Raymond.
They're just like, oh well, we don't like the way this woman's portrayed. It's like, why? Well, we can't. I mean, just because she's objectified, it's like, can you quantify this? It's like, shut up, shitlord, blocked. Pretty much how
Yeah,
it goes.
you have Amy Hennig, you have Jade Raymond, you have also the
Jennifer
woman,
Daw?
Jennifer Daw. You have also the excellent programmer who did the engine for Halo 4 and now is working on a new on Uncharted 4. Who did the graphic for that game? And she's pretty. She's Asian, I think. I can't remember her name specifically, but she's very, very known and very attractive for all sorts of jobs within the industry too, because she's very talented. So, off the top of our heads, we have already 4. So, fuck you.
Yeah, I think this is kind of the catch-22 we find ourselves in. So we'd find more girls in the industry if there were games that kind of, not targeted towards them, but games that included them a lot more. We only get the games that include women a lot more if there are women making them.
Yeah, this is the whole argument again.
While a lot of the conversation online surrounding Gamergate has been pretty vile, it doesn't speak for all gamers.
Was that just a clip from Lara Croft? Was it just a clip from Tomb Raider? Yeah, that has been around since the 90s.
96, I think the first game came out, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 95 or 96.
The internet, people feel a lot freer to just be a jerk. There's 35,000 people here or something like that, and there's no...
Yeah, look at her hair.
Game
SJW.
Reviewer.
Look at-
What the fuck is that?
Okay, well,
No, I would call if I was reviewing games, I would call myself a critic, not a reviewer.
it's
Not
it's the same
corrupt enough to
difference.
be a journalist.
Well, when I was buying magazines in the 80s, everyone was called a reviewer. Because
Okay. Alright.
Makes no difference to me.
Yeah.
Single problem. Everyone's been really great, really accepting.
Diversity has come to games, and it's sort of that last cry of the people who don't want that change
Stop
to
projecting
come.
your American cultural problems.
Like it's already here, you know. You look
Or
around.
fucking Australians, man. I mean, what the fuck are they talking about? Fucked up.
Australia
Don't
get
get
half
of the games already.
women are going to stay around, so it's easier to see who's going to win.
I suppose my hope is that something positive will come out of it. You know, for the games industry, people want this to be a safe place and a happy place and a positive place where we can all talk about games because we love them so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much. Okay. So basically, agree with us. We want rid of this bullshit, but you just won't leave it alone.
They want to dictate what you can and cannot like.
Yeah. Not having it. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
And when their own
I'm too
cult
clever
makes
for your
these
bullshit.
games, when their own cultists make these games, for example Revolution 60, then it's completely fine. Until someone points it out and everybody cannibalizes Woo.
Yeah, how many people even bought that fucking shit? I mean, this is the thing. It's like, was it on the Steam page? She was trying to drum up her own. Well, we mentioned that briefly before, didn't we? About like
she had like an
topic.
army of bots giving positive reviews.
Yeah, again,
and
well,
she
we
still
talked obviously
shut
with the whole FIFA thing. It's like, well, welcome to the free market. I mean, you may not like the fact that you've done this shit and then it wasn't popular, but that's fucking life. Deal with it. Can't force people to like what you're doing, and it's not. Oh no, well, a woman made this game, so therefore I hate it. It's like most people don't even know who the fuck made their games, and obviously Andre pointed out several women who are in the industry. No one's gone, oh well, I can't buy this fucking game now because a woman was involved. It's just so much fucking bullshit. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And they are being investigated, which is very good. And that's the best answer to come with. Is this senator needs to shut the fuck up? That's a really good answer.
Yeah.
That's a really telling answer.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we pretty much talked about every topic, but I wanted to touch something before we close.
I'm sure you do want to touch something, Andre. Dirty bastard.
The whole SPJ thing. I don't know what do you guys think of that whole thing?
I think Krutsky is pretty much doing the same as Wu, dramaing it up.
Yeah. My issue though is everyone's saying it's end all be all for GamerGate are fucking idiots, because these are people who are in the industry and have been the problem. Why should we pander to them? And everyone going there are speaking for themselves. They aren't speaking for GamerGate.
Well, if it's even something that's possible. I mean, yeah, okay, they want to present it as like, you know, again, it's like when someone posted an image which I thought he said this summing up. It's like GamerGate without happenings, and it was a picture from Green Mile, the scene at the end where there's a bunch of football hooligans all beating each other up. Or I believe it was it Millwall against
Street Hooligans.
And then and then the bottom image was no, it had Elijah Wood. I forgot. You made me forget the name, and I just fucking said it. Green Street.
Green Mile.
No, Green Street. You wouldn't know. It's about English football.
Yeah, Green Street Hooligans. Millwall and West Ham are basically.
That's it. Yeah.
The worst
against West Ham because people will come and kill me, so I won't.
It's the worst kind of people who pretend they are fans of a club, but basically are doing it just for beating the shit out of other people.
Yeah,
so actual hooligans.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I wouldn't say they're pretending. It's just. I mean, if you want to talk about toxic masculinity, I mean, I certainly don't like that kind of fucking football hooligan bullshit. But I mean, yeah. Anyway, the point was top image was a scene from that, so everyone's got that image in their minds now. GamerGate without happenings. Bottom image, GamerGate with happenings. Big round table, everyone sitting down and talk. That's a pretty accurate view. Why is this the case? Because a lot of people wouldn't fucking agree on any other subject. And as I said earlier, I think that's perfectly healthy. People are like, oh, I can't stand it. It's like, no, this is the point. People should be able to have people have different opinions, and they should be able to discuss it. And even if it's strident, and I just don't get the mindset which says like any disagreement is inherently a bad thing. It's like, well, if you don't want to live in a democracy,
should police each other.
There's plenty of places on the planet which are more totalitarian, they're just wonderful places to live. So if that's what you're looking for, you can fuck off there. I'm not interested. As long as we keep the debate going, at least I have a slim hope that society can in some way be healthy.
Yeah, the whole just the whole SPJ thing is everyone's saying it's going to be a big deal. We've talked about who we wanted to be on there, and that's about, I think, it.
I can't really say anything else because I haven't seen any of the shits going. I've been waiting basically for the whole thing to end and then have a retrospective on it. And
yeah,
I mean, yeah, if people are saying it's the be all and end all, it's like, no, this shit's gonna go on for a while. It's not, if you're expecting shit to change overnight, it's not gonna happen, right? I mean, that's not. I mean, people are like we've shown this video. It's like this shit's gonna go on for fucking ever. Pretty much, because people are going to be slow to change their minds and shit, and they're always going to paint us as the worst people on the fucking planet. Blah 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 blah, whatever. Right?
Gamergate's become a boogeyman, anyways.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, people want nice, easy answers to these things. It's like, well, okay, yeah. So what's their basic argument? Well, women are being abused. Violence comes from video games, and that's why they're no. These are human problems. These things are not going to go away because you change films and stuff. And that's kind of where they're coming from. It's like, okay, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying that's not the case. And then they go blocked and misogynist shitlord. It's like, okay, whatever. If you're not willing to, you're clearly not interested in having any nuanced thoughts on this matter. You've made a decision. That's how it is. There's no willingness to think about the facts of the matter or have a discussion. It's just
there's this good comic about evidence.
If they talk about culture war, it's not one I asked for. It's one that's thrust upon me. I didn't choose this.
There's this good comic about evidence you're right, evidence you're wrong. It's just a guy standing with his fingers in his ears. You seen that?
No.
No. But just my issue with the SPJ is that I mean we just have to see what it's like, but everyone's saying it's gonna be like the biggest thing since the Zoe post or anything like that. The biggest thing ever is a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. It's not a big deal at all. It's there are some people who are going and probably gonna discuss something, but that's about it. Because we're actually going after the journalists, their livelihoods, and they're gonna defend it. And if we were going to have a real panel, we would have actual journalists from the incidents and people from GamerGate going against them in a real panel, not just random people who we have to validify GamerGate as a movement, which is fucking stupid. Because it's basically just people going to SPJ to defend the GamerGate. So yeah. Is there anything else we wanna cover before we sign off?
Shut the shit down. Switch off all systems.
Or we're going
dark. We're going dark. We're going dark, and now we're gonna, after it's off air, we're gonna say what we really think, which is we're gonna plan how we're gonna destroy all women in gaming.
We also will retreat back to darknet.
Alright, then I'm gonna chill your shit, Acrex, if you wanna chill your Twitter or anything.
Channels known as Acrex Dragoon and known on Twitter as King of B. I sometimes do crappy art and stuff, sometimes crappy videos, if you like that.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. And Deus Ex is at XD Hyrax, so follow this lovely motherfucker.
Yeah, whatever.
Our obligatory shitlord. And you have Leon _ Gunstill on Twitter. And you have Lisa, oh god, what is it? Let me see. Lisa, Oh, Shadow Paint _ Lisa on Twitter. So yeah, that's about it for this time. Kind of outdated some of the sources, so I'm gonna try to do better next time. So yeah, see you guys next time, everyone.
See you
Bye.
later.